exits this morning. Things are still moving well for those who plan to use the beach line or the Greenway today. No major delays to report right now for drivers planning to travel north or southbound on Florida's Turnpike. If you see any major traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando. Mattress Warehouse is celebrating Black Friday in July. Buy one, get one free on select mattresses. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Enter to win a $100 gas card or $300 bed gear bundle. Plus, one winner gets their purchase made free up to $5,000. MattressWarehouse.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Rates are near 3-year lows, and if you have a rate above 6.5, you may be able to lower it a point or more.
With that mortgage guy, Don.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Modern Plumbing Industries. I think everyone can agree when you have plumbing problems in your house, the entire place comes to a screeching halt. That's why I suggest having access to Modern Plumbing Industries, an amazing company, and they're running some incredible deals in July right now. $1,776 will get you a 40 or 50-gallon electric water heater installed. How about a $250 camera inspection from Outside Accessible Cleanouts, or $250 off any service over $2,500. Book your appointment today at modernpi.com.
My obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy kept me from baseball games with my boys. The stairs were too much. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved and I can be more active again. Camzyos is a cardiac myosin inhibitor, the first in its class to treat adults with symptomatic OHCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and ability to be active, and it reduced obstruction in the heart 4 times more.
In a 30-week study, Camzyos, mavacamten, reduced post-exercise obstruction on average 47 units of pressure versus 10 with placebo. Results may vary. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby.
Visit Camzyos.com or call 1-855-CAMZYOS after portrayal.
Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. And this year, it's a meal deal. Grab any shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, any Hers chips, and a small fountain drink for just $6. Or make it a classic for only $8. It's the hoagies you love, now with even more value. Big flavor, same Hoagie Fest vibes, but only for a limited time. Hoagie Fest is back. Gotta have a Wawa.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, there's no better time than now. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can skip the market uncertainty and sell your home hassle-free and for top dollar. Hi, it's Jack, and I'm back in the studio with Mark of Mark Spain. Mark, for someone who wants to sell and still enjoy their summer, how does the guaranteed offer take the time and hassle out of selling a home?
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate allows you to enjoy your summer without the usual stress of selling a home. There's no need to prep your home, make costly repairs, or spend hours on showings and open houses. It's a fast, hassle-free way to sell your home while keeping your summer free for the things that matter most.
Thanks, Mark. If you're looking to sell your home, save time, and make the most money, the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the option for you. With over 13,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast and for top dollar. Find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
France is moving into the World Cup semifinals after a 2-0 win over Morocco. Kylian Mbappe once again found the back of the net. Kylian Mbappe! 20 career World Cup goals! France into the semifinals will meet the winner of today's match between Belgium and Spain. Tomorrow, 2 matches. Norway against England and Argentina faces Switzerland.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game. Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Friday, July 10th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from Charlie Kirk Bombshells to an AI radio station has arrived to take our jobs. And does Graham Platner have a secret election plan? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
Josh is with us.
Hi.
And so are you. You can join us with a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And this never, ever happens, folks.
What happened? What?
I got to tell you, I was so surprised, so taken aback when I saw there was a last-minute message right before the show, and it appears to be from Mitch McConnell. Let's see what he had to say.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. I knew you could do it. They said you couldn't do it, but I knew you could. Here you are today on a Friday. We're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. How you guys doing on a Friday?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Can you believe it's been a week since the live broadcast?
Oh, no, not really.
Oh,
no,
wow.
no. It's kind of been chaos over here. So, yeah.
So, you think it's been longer or do you think it's been shorter?
I'm just totally lost in time. Yeah, I don't know what day it is half the time.
I was driving in to work today, and I was like, 1 week ago, right now, Sean was hovering over our shoulders going, 42 minutes. And we have 42 minutes to showtime.
No pressure, but 53 minutes till showtime.
Thank God I was, because otherwise it would have been a catastrophe. And now it's being called the greatest live broadcast of all time. Right? Some people say. All right, here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening to this great, big, wide world of ours. I can tell you it's either really hot or really storming in the United States of America, and it's hitting everybody. Even the fine folks over on CNN, where a lady got scared during her CNN broadcast. Here she is.
The U.S. military is not currently conducting strikes in Iran. My gosh, really bad things. Oh my. Anyway. But a lot of questions for the White House.
I think she said strikes right as the lightning strike hit in the background,
That's strangely
enough. That's where you feel like you did something. One more time.
U.S. military is not currently conducting strikes in Iran. My gosh, really bad things. Oh my. Anyway.
Oh my.
But a lot of questions for the White House.
You know what? One of the things that I have just absolutely come to terms with as a grown adult living in the United States of America is when you are a kid, you have zero fear of storms and lightning and thunder and all of that good stuff that comes along with it. And when you are an adult, every year that goes by, you get more scared of the lightning strikes. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me. Maybe
for
it's
yourself, Bozo.
It could be a me thing, Josh. It could be, but I'm telling you, every year that goes by, I'm like, oh man. We'll be outside, a little bit of lightning. I'll go, this is no joke, man. You can easily get caught up in a storm like this. Next thing you know, R.I.P. me. And I don't want that to be the case, at least not yet. I'm not done.
You don't think you would survive a lightning strike?
Hell no. I don't have it in me, Sealand. It's like a little baby lightning strike might take me out. Could be the tiniest storm ever. No storm clouds or anything, so I got to be very careful. And if it's not the storms, the heat rolls through. It's so hot out there. A meteorologist issued his first ever swamp ass warning for the entire state of Florida.
Huh? What?
I think I said it without stuttering, but take a look if you need to. There's a swamp ass warning.
The gator.
There's a gator with some shorts on.
This is not like a TV meteorologist.
Yeah, this is a real guy, I think.
Who does he work for?
Matt DeVitt. Matt DeVitt WX on Twitter.
Evil twin.
It does seem quite a bit like that, doesn't it?
What TV station does Matt DeVitt work for?
I don't know, but he's got a suit and tie and his PFP, so
doesn't matter.
That seems legit.
I think it seems legit from Matt DeVitt.
It says meteorologist in Florida, and it says swamp ass warning. Florida heat index for the next 3 days.
No local over-the-air TV station issuing a damn swamp ass warning.
You know why? Because they're
pussies.
cowards.
Yeah.
They're all cowards. If they did, if some meteorologist went on TV and it was like, y'all, swamp ass warning today, the chances that your thighs and ass cheeks are going to be rubbing together in a very uncomfortable way are through the roof right now.
So this guy, I think, used to be employed in Fort Myers, and right now he's a free agent because everything he posts just says Matt DeVitt weather up where the news channel would be.
Well, you see, there's a lot of room for social media weather people, I guess, these days. Although, one of the top comments is, blocked and unfollowed. Weather as fear propaganda is pathetic. And he said, good grief, laugh a little by.
This
and
is not fear propaganda.
I'm
no,
afraid.
This is a joke. Like, I get, like, the heat index stuff is sort of a little bit feary and, kind of a more new thing from the last 30 years or so.
I wonder, is this AI or did he find or seek out a picture of a gator with sweaty butt cheeks?
No shot. He AI'd this. This is a gator looking back over his shoulder with short shorts on, sweaty butt cheeks, and a full-on swamp-ass warning. So it's hot out there. It's hot in every single state in the union right now. It's hot in New York. It's hot in California. It's hot in all of them. Hawaii, all of them. Maybe Guam. Just do a Guam check if we can. What is Guam looking like weather-wise today? I just want to check all of our territories.
weather.
I know Puerto Rico's hot as hell. They're right there. They're like...
It's 82 degrees in Guam right now. They got it good.
That's better than we are. Yeah, that's better than we are here. But we have few resources when it gets this hot, other than the air conditioning we have over the French. We've got that going on. But we do have some other things. Now, if you are in a place where you happen to have beaches, have no fear. When the warm weather comes, you dive near the pier, as they say. That's a legendary slogan. And you go out there, you go to the ocean, you enjoy yourself. In California, it's hot. People are going to the beach. Let's check in on them before we get into all the drama and everything else on a Friday. At least they're enjoying the beach.
As millions pack LA County beaches to escape the heat, signs are up along some of the coast warning of high bacteria levels associated with fecal contamination.
Oh, no.
I smelled something walking up, but when you're in California, I'm just ignoring it.
This family from Buffalo visited.
What does that mean? Just I smelled something coming up.
When you're in California, you just ignore the poop smell.
Is that the rep for California right now? Like, literally, like, I smelled something coming up, but California does smell like feces, as we all know.
I mean, they only clean it when Xi Jinping shows up.
The Chinese guy comes by, no longer smells. But for most people, this is something I guess they're getting used to.
When you get off the plane at LAX, they're like, thank you for visiting beautiful Los Angeles. If you think you smell poop, no, you didn't.
Well, no, it wasn't. Don't tell anybody. Don't post that on social media. So they try to go to the beach to cool off, and this happens.
Santa Monica Pier, now avoiding the water.
Swimming wasn't in the plan for today.
There are signs out here warning of high.
Yeah, it was for at least some of these people. They got signs, and it says, like, hey, it's got the swimmer with the waves drawn on and the line through it. Like, hey, don't go swimming here. And people are just ignoring them, a bunch of them.
But a lot of people aren't seeing them.
What does that mean exactly? Like,
it means you might be on the toilet for a while.
Yeah, it's time to go. And
yeah, she's out.
It's a little cold.
The lady with the mommin' hat's like, nope, see you later. I'm out of here.
I'm going to go do my mommin' somewhere else.
This guy, I guess, has just been swimming in the feces water in California, and he didn't know, and they had to, on live TV, or during the report at least, they're like, come over here, look at the sign, see what this says.
Let's get in, but
It's nice.
Blake Severson had been swimming.
That's foul.
Until we showed him the warning.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not getting back in. That's disgusting.
Too late, buddy.
He's covered it.
It was like in his mouth.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting back in there. We just saw you. They literally just ran B-roll of Blake in the water. With the water going up over your head, Blake. I mean, come on. We all know what's going on here.
Had been swimming.
That's foul.
Until we showed him the warning.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not getting back in. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
There's
now.
over 650,000 gastrointestinal diseases attributed to swimming in this water right here annually. That doesn't bother you. I don't know what will.
Ashley Olsen with the California Coastal Alliance regularly tests ocean water.
Pretty cool, Ashley. I guess she's made a job out of this.
Because fashion wasn't working out.
She has a little collection of the ocean water things, and she tests them. Some of them look quite dark, I have to tell you. A lot of poop water going on there.
You could have made a whole lot more money if you would have just said yes to Fuller House.
Probably. She looks a little bit like her.
Test ocean water.
You can smell it right now. you can smell it. Smells like poop.
She says what ends up on our beaches can come from miles away.
Great.
Fox 11 has previously reported on pollution concerns across the area. From the Boyle Heights warehouse fire.
Some kind of poison in that.
To herbicide sprayed into water.
Some kind of poison in that.
They showed that. First of all, the first thing the report shows, folks, is when the hobos were living underneath the streets in the manholes in the sewers. And they showed that, and they're like, it could be coming from miles away. And is it coming from the sewers? Is it coming from the pesticides? Or are people literally pooping in the water? Is that the case? Because that you might not want to believe it happens, but it does sometimes. They have got many theories as to why this is occurring.
And a hazmat cleanout from an encampment inside an LA City storm drain.
Everything that's on our street, all the trash, all the poop, is going down our storm drains and directly untreated onto our beaches and into the ocean. So
why?
The guy
Can we
boogie
stop?
boarding.
Yeah, there's a guy boogie boarding right into the poop water. Why? I love how we just say things like this. It's like everything in the sewers, the lady living in her own filth, her wastewater, all of the poop. You know, as you might imagine, we just dump that completely untreated into the beach. Now, you might know from listening to this show, I'm not like some beatnik, earth-loving, hugging type person. I'm not some environmentalist. This is not the type of person I am. However, I do legit think we should take care of the country. We should take care of the planet. We should make sure we're not dumping stuff into the ocean. We should make sure our beaches and rivers are clean and beautiful. And maybe that makes me a hippie. If so, I'm a hippie. But when I look at this and I go, we're just dumping this stuff in the ocean. So it's hot. And then you can't even go into the ocean because it's full of poop. This is the life
So get
we're
you a
living.
Polar Pop.
It's the only way to fix it, for those of you that know. We have so many things to get into today. We want to hear from you. You can join us with emails. Of course, I'll get to a couple of those in a moment. Or dispatches. Record yours over on thenewsjunkie.com or the app. Links to that also on the website. Couple of emails coming in. Here is Kara to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. She's talking about lightning storms, strangely enough. Kara says, hello, Sean. Just listening to you in West Palm Beach. Recently, I decided that I needed to take a shower. It's a strange way to start an email, Kara. It just so happened to be
off, Kara.
7 days is too much. I've got to do it. She says, I saw a lightning flash. Just so happened to be while it was storming out. I saw a lightning flash, and immediately there was a huge thunder. My foot just so happened to be on the drain, and I most definitely got shocked from the lightning. It came up through the drain, she says. Luckily, it was just a shock. It was scary for sure, and I will not be showering while it's storming out again, says Kara from North Palm Beach. Thank you for the email. Kevin emails about a rant on the show yesterday. Kevin says, hey, Sean, been listening since the 5 a.m. days. For those of you who are new, that was a long time ago. He says, love the show. Today you went on a rant about humanities and social science degrees, specifically at Harvard. Quick pause in his email. This was because there's a story in The Atlantic called The End of Reading about how college kids, I think 33% of them or so, around 30% of them, these kids at Harvard in particular, if they read 3 to 5 pages of anything, a book or a report, whatever, They have no ability to distill that information. They've lost the ability to do this. They see reading as a waste of time. They think, why are you teaching us this way? Just teach us in Cliff's Notes, basically. And I said, not only is that bad, but it could be worse. Some of these kids are in the social sciences program because that's where one of the teachers were. And this is Kevin continuing on the email. Both of my kids graduated from Ivy League schools. My daughter graduated from UPenn with a degree in public policy with a focus on health. She lives in New York City and does very well. My son graduated from Harvard with a degree in linguistics. He then earned his law degree from the University of Michigan School of Law, one of the best law schools in the country. He's now working at the public defender's office in Portland. No, not everybody who attends an elite college is looking to make bank. Keep up the work, says Kevin. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just saying, if I was going to give people advice, first of all, I wouldn't say just default go to college. I wouldn't say just by default, you should just go to college. I would be like, think about what you want to do. What's your goal? What's your mission? What's your journey in life? What do you want to do? It's tough to do as a young person, but I think you should. And if that requires college, 100% you should get yourself educated, right? I think that that's important. Now, if you have these aimless young kids and they just choose social sciences and humanities and some of this stuff, I think, generally speaking, that's going to be a bad investment of your time. You're not going to end up as a super employable person. Your kids seem to be pretty standout, though, and congratulations to you for that. Here's Theodore with an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. He says, hey, guys, did you see this? Kathleen Tierney posted a Game of Thrones gif. It was Cersei, one of the characters in Game of Thrones, watching an explosion captioned, watching tonight's council meeting on a Tempe councilman's Facebook page. The police treated that gif as a threat. They evacuated the council chambers and arrested her at her Tucson home. Prosecutors later declined to press charges, but she says the arrest and the city's public statement about her cost her a $121,000 a year job at Cox Communications. She's now suing them for First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment violations, false arrest, and defamation. Is the real story here less about whether the GIF crossed the line and more about whether cities are using threat allegations as a fast, unaccountable way to punish people for mocking officials online, with arrests and press releases doing the damage long before any prosecutor or court weighs in? Have the best day. Go Secret Shows, says Theodore. Thank you for the email. Yeah, that's legitimately an interesting question. Like, if C-Lane sends me a text message and it says, good morning, Sean, and I send him back a GIF, like an animated GIF, and in it, it's somebody shooting a gun at the screen, implying that I'm shooting C-Lane, have I threatened him? I mean, these aren't words. I didn't type anything, but yet people get wrapped up in this. And
is it a real person with a real gun shooting the screen, or is it a mythical character from Game of Thrones, or, I don't know, SpongeBob SquarePants?
It could be either. It could be either.
Several magazines later.
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I wonder, we're kind of new into that world of law. So we shall see where that all goes.
Also, is there a precedent for people who have committed horrific acts posting memes about them beforehand?
Why? I mean, well,
not that really matters. I guess
it's starting to sound like you're planning something.
No, I'm saying you're arresting this woman because of the Game of Thrones meme.
Yeah.
Has there been a historical trend of people who would blow up a building posting memes beforehand?
Yeah, not that I know of.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh did that.
I don't think he had the ability back then, Josh. All right. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into more of your emails. Some people all fired up today. We have new information in the Mitch McConnell situation, which is pretty interesting. So we'll dive into that. And we have a whole lot more to get to. It's a busy, busy Friday on the show. So hang out with us. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram @RealRadio1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com. Still looking at some slow traffic on I-4 today in the Orlando area. There is accident activity blocking the left shoulder westbound on I-4 near the Kirkman Road exit. Another crash also blocks the left shoulder westbound on the beach line near the State Road 520 exit. If you see any other major traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Wearing a life jacket is one of the most important decisions you can make on the water. Today's options are more comfortable and convenient than ever, no matter what you're doing. Stay safe, stay comfortable. Wear it, Florida. Learn more at myfwc.com.
Just a live check here. 90 degrees right now. We're up into the 90s. 90 degrees with a high of 96 today. And it could be one of those days where you say what C-Lane said when he came into the studio yesterday for Secret Shows. It feels a little warm in here. Now, I quickly just turned the AC down to make him comfortable. But in some cases, when you do that, nothing happens. Nothing happens. So you have to make sure you're doing the smart thing. Reach out to the experts at Mills Air. Make sure your air conditioner is working the way it's supposed to. And all you have to do to ensure that is the case is go to Mills Air. Dial them up. I'll give you their phone number in just a moment. They'll come out to your house no matter what kind of AC setup you have. It will be fixed real quick with a great deal, a fair and honest deal from Mills Air. Call them, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277. Hello! Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. Skull Mike is on. Sean, turn on the Twitch, please. What does that mean? Wait, are we not streaming on Twitch? Wait, are we not streaming on Twitch? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I turned Twitch on. Hang on, is it going to start? Oh, okay, I think I just got Twitch going. I've never done that before. I've never done that before. Come on, man, get it together. I'm trying. Let's go, Cotorino. Twitch should be on, I think. Let me know. Twitch should be on and streaming right now. Let me know. How many of you have been following the Charlie Kirk case? The testimony yesterday was super interesting. I've got all of the best clips from that, and we're going to go over it together. Woohoo! Is that good? Hooray! Nobody's actually said it's on. It's on. Okay. All right. Good. Sorry about that, Twitch. That's my fault. Grandest apology. We're back live on the show in 2 minutes. We'll get into that testimony at some point on the Charlie Kirk front. We have a lot to get into in a short amount of time. Just 4 hours to rock your world today on the show. All right, here we go. Let me see. Okay. I got a Hookers in Hopetown update too. All right, we're coming back in 1 minute. Not testimony, video of depositions. That is technically true, yeah. And it's interesting that they decided to do that. The thing is, the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, we don't need to repeat his name ad nauseum. Tyler, we'll call him.
his boyfriend, his roommate and boyfriend, is the one who's doing this testimony, which was done by a video deposition. At one point in time, he was in protective custody, and he's really been worried about if somebody's going to come after him for some reason. So I think that's why he doesn't want to testify, but we'll go over that. We're coming back right now.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
The World Cup is underway, and it's been incredible. On our podcast, The Away End, with Daniel Alarcón and John Green, we're talking about the games that have delighted us, the teams that have inspired us, and what surprised us, all through the lens of being massive fans of the world's most beautiful game.
Daniel, I can hardly believe the drama that the group stage brought us, but now it's time to talk about the teams that are left as the tournament reaches its crescendo and decides the next World Cup champion.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Away End with Daniel Alarcón and John Green, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Back to the best friends you never knew you had. This is the news.
Newsroom. You can watch the show when we are live at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Learn more about the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. I feel like this is a setup, honest to God. This is a setup. That's what's happening to me. And I know that you, the listener, are involved in this. So I want to point this out very quickly here. Here's what's happening. I have been accused of focusing on too many airplane/airline related stories on the News Junkie. All right. And it's gotten so bad. There's so many airplane, airport related stories that Sealand has made a song that mocks me when I focus on one of these stories that happen to occur on an airplane.
Very catchy song. Yes.
It's a very catchy song. I agree. But I'm just saying, like, I recognize there are a lot of viral stories that occur on planes, but it's not the plane junkie. It's the news junkie. So I try to spread things out, all sorts of things out there happening in the world each day. Now, it just so happens that almost every day this week, the top story emailed to me at tipsathenewsjunkie.com is plane related. And I'm like, all of you people are emailing me stories, and then you want me to talk about the story, and then when I talk about the story, you tell me I'm talking about airplanes again. So it doesn't seem fair to me, honestly.
Are we doing it or not doing it?
Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah, we might as well do it. Yeah. This is a story about a Ryanair plane.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a top story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
What am I supposed to do? They're emailing me the stories. They emailed the stories, and then they say, hey, once you do them, you're talking about planes too much. Abraham Dragon Friends, what is this? Says, what is this called? Confirmation bias? I don't think that's confirmation bias. I think that this is a prank. I think that this is people saying, hey, what we want to do is we want to send this to you and then call you out on it afterwards. And then if I don't do it, they'll tell me that I'm not reading the emails and I'm being rude or whatever. I'll get some sort of claim like that. So this is a true story. Absolutely insane. And honestly, worth getting hit with the Back on a Plane song, because this is a man who was autoplay videos. I'm going to murder somebody. I'm going to do it.
It was a problem yesterday, Josh.
Oh, my God. I can't take it anymore. These websites. Okay. This is a Ryanair plane that was bound for Germany. And passengers aboard the plane, according to this story I'm looking at, they had to pull a man back inside the aircraft after he was partially sucked out of the plane. All right. So they're on the plane. There's some huge malfunction, and this guy's getting sucked out of the plane window. And all of the passengers are trying to pull this guy back inside, which is pretty brave in and of itself. I don't know if most of you, I don't know if you would if you saw somebody getting sucked out of the plane, if you would put yourself in harm's way to try to pull them back through the window or not. Witnesses have described seeing a man's head and shoulders outside of the Boeing 737.
Were his knees and toes inside the plane still?
Yes.
Unreported, Josh. Okay. Unreported.
After I think if his knees make it out, he's done for, man.
I can tell you I'm not getting up on the plane and helping him if the knees are out the window. Like, if you got a fingertip out, I might go, I'll assist. Let me see if I can help you pull you back into the plane here. Meep on TNJ chat says, this is happening too often now. It's very eerily familiar because we have had a story very similar to this not that long ago on the show, but this is a new one. And so they said the man's head and shoulders were outside of the Boeing 737 after a passenger window shattered while the plane was traveling from Greece to Germany. The man's legs were reportedly held down by nearby passengers before he was able to be pulled back inside of the plane. The plane was forced to return to the airport, where the 61-year-old man was hospitalized with what they call friction burns.
I wonder if that was from the wind, because you can get wind burns when you're like moving that fast through the air. I imagine the plane is moving at a pretty hefty pace.
What are they going, 400 miles an hour, 500 miles an hour or something? They're hauling ass 350 miles an hour. They're going pretty fast up there. So, yeah, I would have thought, C-Lane, that his body would have been sort of whipping against the plane itself, and that would have been where the damage happened. But they said the aircraft landed normally. The passengers returned to the terminal. Here's a photo for those of you watching on YouTube, and you could see the passenger window is smashed out. And I've been told so many times ago, don't worry, Sean, it's safe. There's 2 different panels for the window. Well, sayonara to both of them. Yeah, they're both completely busted out of this Ryanair flight. And that's where the man was pulled through. Now, I have a theory on the show, and I've talked about this many times. It's a guiding compass for me in life. And if you buy stuff in your life and things that you have, you can buy stuff that is too big to steal, in my estimation. And you can buy a big screen TV for your house so big that if somebody breaks in, they're going to get frustrated because they won't be able to steal the television. And if you buy stuff big enough, you can buy stuff that is too big to steal. It's like too big to fail, but it's for you and your house, and it protects you from the robbers if the city and state is letting you down. So you can buy stuff that's too big to steal. I think you could be too big to get sucked out of the plane like this. I think there's a particular size guy that ain't fitting through that plane window.
That guy must have been small because those windows are not big.
They're not, Josh. They're like, the whole thing is what, 20 inches tall, maybe?
I think that's generous.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's not big. It's not a huge window that you have. You guys have all been on a plane at some point in time.
Yep.
And you look at that and go, how on earth could this happen? God only knows. But I don't know if I would fit out of there. And it would be the first time that I'd be happy about something like
that. Which aircraft has the largest windows for passengers? It's a weird way of putting that now that we know what's just happened.
Uh-huh.
It's not the Boeing
like you
787.
want a bigger one? Yeah.
Well, I mean, people would want a bigger one to look out of, but in this case, this passenger, almost got sucked out of it. 787 is 18.4 inches by 10.7.
All
but
right.
not even the 20 or 22 that you were thinking.
God, I don't think I could fit out of that.
A350, even smaller, 13.5 by 9.5. And then A330, 12.3 by 9.
My God. So this guy was small enough to get pulled out of that all the way up to, did they say his shoulders, I think?
Yeah, they said the shoulders were out, I thought.
And his shoulders like outside of the plane flying along. It's just terrifying. It's something out of an absolute horror movie. But it's the real life experience for people on this Ryanair flight, I guess.
Now, you said that there are people that are too big to get sucked out of a plane. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that all of them is too big to get sucked out of the plane. And that's where you run into like a really bad, because if you get sucked,
what do you mean?
If you get half sucked out of the plane and then you plug that window and your whole body can't come out, but the rest of you is outside of the plane while the half of you is inside the plane.
You're saying you're like a cork?
Yes.
So your body is corking the window?
It's good for you that you won't fully leave the plane. However,
and hold on, then your head is outside, and then people on the inside are like, "Oh, don't move him
until you're no, you got to be pulling back in. You probably can't breathe out there.
Yeah. No, but if they uncork you and pull you into the plane, then they're risking all of their lives.
Yeah.
So they would probably say like, C-Lane, just stay there with your.
Wait, why is it me?
Well, I'm just saying, it could be anybody, but I'm talking to you, C-Lane. So, like, C-Lane, just stay there, and you can imagine.
What's my shoulder span? Anybody have a tape measure?
Somebody work this up with AI for me. What would it look like if just C-Lane's head was popping out of a 737 window as the plane is flying along at cruising altitude?
Well, that's going to give me nightmares.
All the passengers are saying, like, let's just leave him out there because we don't want to it's working right now. And they say, should we turn around and go back to the airport? No, we'll just fly to our destination. It's 7 hours. He'll be okay.
It's pretty rare that I'm in a window seat anyway, so it's not even a concern for me.
Well, I don't know, man. If it's sucking hard enough, it could pull you in from any seat on the plane, I think, if it wanted to. But let us know what you think. I'll put a photo of this up on See It Now. That's where we show things that are visual to you on the website and the app. And you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit the See It Now menu. Presto bango, just like that. You'll be able to see the hole in the window on the side of this thing. And it's just a miracle that the guy, that he's alive, I guess you could say. Pretty crazy. But let's see. Man sucked out of window of Ryanair flight. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Got this up for you over on the See It Now section of thenewsjunkie.com. What did I do here? Okay, there we go. That is ready for you. Take a look when you get a chance. Show a friend. Enjoy your life. And realize that at least whatever happened in your day today, at least you didn't end up like this guy. You didn't have that situation happening. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into an update on the Mitch McConnell story that I was talking about. We'll work that in here momentarily. We'll also get some of your emails in on the show. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Hello. Sounds good to me. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. I have to go dig in the trash. Stand by. I'll be back. Got to pull this out of the trash. It's got the weekend segments on it. Ew. I'm going to put it here. It was on the top of the trash. Don't get too judgy. Bet he won't wash his hands? Good enough? Good enough for you? We're back live on the show in just a couple of minutes. Don't call me a dumpster diver. I had to do it for the weekend segments. For those of you who don't know, we have a syndicated weekend show in a bunch of different markets. It's the News Junkie Weekend Edition. And I was supposed to write down all the segments, and we time them out, and we use them in these markets in this syndicated show. And then sometimes I forget to write them down. Or I throw away the paper the next day, which is what I did today. Okay, folks, we're all on board. YouTube is here. Twitch is here. TNJ Chat is here. The ad-free, crystal clear live streamers on the newsjunkie.com are here with us. Let's get things ratcheted up. Let's get some gifted subs on the board. Let's get some subscribers on the board. Let's get some action going today. Let's get a goal of 50. Let's see if we can pull that off. Because a secret show drops today at 5 p.m. as per usual on Friday. These are uncensored shows only for premium members, subscribers. It's as little as $2.99 a month. And when you subscribe, you can claim a gift. There's magnets, there's stickers, like we have the Fickle Beast gifter sticker. You can get this exclusively for each gifted subscription that you give to great poor users out there. Ryan sends in a photo dispatch, but for some reason the photo preview didn't load. Excuse me. That's no problem. That's no problem. I'm sure everything's fine. Mitch McConnell, the latest on him is new footage apparently shows Mitch McConnell being loaded into the back of the ambulance when there was this emergency at his house. CPR was allegedly done on Mitch McConnell. He was not breathing at one point in time, apparently, and then they rushed him to the hospital. Now, multiple people have said that they have spoken with Mitch McConnell, and he's just like, he can't stop doing backflips, actually. He on the phone with him, it's annoying because he keeps doing backflips. He's in such great shape. Yet he has not called a single news outlet to confirm that he's actually alive right now. Still, after a week of speculation or more about a sitting senator's health. If I was a Kentuckian, I might not be happy about that. Mitch and Twitch dead on the same day? Oh. I don't think he's dead yet, but you never know. You never know. All right, here we go. We're coming back.
Republicans have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio 104.1. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the...
Drama out there. So let's sift through it. Then we'll get to your emails here in just a second on the show. Learn more at the website, which is easy to find. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Mitch McConnell, still missing in action. Still missing in action. We don't exactly know what's going on with the sitting senator from Kentucky right now. And, I mean, one would think that the least you could ask from your elected officials is that you know they are alive, right? I know they're alive. They're out there. They are representing me. And that's like the very least that you could ask in these situations. However, we're not getting that anymore. You had the one guy that we briefly talked about on the show who was missing for 4 months. And then when he came back, he was like, sorry, guys, I was super depressed. And the depression made it so I didn't go to work at all and I didn't do anything. Now, I kind of like, in some ways, that maybe this is going to limit the careers of some of these people. Because my take on all of this, if you haven't heard it on the show, is a pretty simple one. I view people who go to Congress, elected officials of any type, even your local elected officials, I kind of view them like mechanics, all right? And let's say your car is broken and you hire a mechanic to do it. It shouldn't take the mechanic for the rest of their life to fix the problems with your car. They should go, all right, here are the issues that are facing the people that elected me, my constituents. Let me go into the office and write them all down on a whiteboard and check them off and get all of the things done that I possibly can. If you brought your car to a mechanic and they said, we just need 65 years to fix this, you would laugh in their faces. Yet this is what happens with a lot of these elected officials. They just go on and on and on and on and on and on. No term limits, no nothing. They become a billion years old. It's just how it goes. Some of them are too depressed to go to work, and others, like Mitch McConnell, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. I know that the first thing that popped up was there was a medical emergency at Mitch McConnell, the senator from Kentucky, at his house. And the medical emergency involved, I think, somebody doing CPR, so he had stopped breathing. He was in really, really bad shape. He obviously had some issues before that, some spells, you might call them, before that, and then continued on with his job. But this time, no one had really heard from Mitch McConnell in days, maybe weeks at this point. And then you heard a couple of people pop up, like one of the guys from CNN said, oh, I talked to him. He's good. He's actually, he might be too good. Big flashbacks of Biden's staff where they'd go, oh, my God, we were playing b-ball with him behind the White House the other day, and he wouldn't stop dunking on us. And you're like, I don't think that that's true. I don't know that that's what's happening here. They're kind of doing the same thing a little bit with Mitch McConnell here. The people of Kentucky deserve better than that. They literally deserve better than that. But now we see that they've released some footage that's supposed to show Mitch McConnell being pushed into an ambulance right here. Can't really see him, but this is outside of his residence.
Not running.
And then you see like a leg. You see like a leg going into the ambulance.
Like a barefoot.
Yeah, that is allegedly Mitch McConnell being shoved into the ambulance. The leg is not moving. This is the only evidence we have of anything. This happened back on, what did it say? This happened on June 14th. That's almost a month ago. Somebody says, is that a toe tag? I don't know. I know there's a foot. I see a foot inside an ambulance. I don't see the foot moving very much.
I read somewhere somebody pointed out that it didn't seem like they were moving super fast.
No, they didn't seem to be like really hauling ass. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Where's his wife? Abraham says over on TNJ chat, his wife is in China. Mm-hmm. It's as one would be in an emergency like this. Yeah, his wife has made her way to China. So it's been about a month. Everybody's asking. He's talked to at least 2 people, but he hasn't done what I said would just be the easiest thing in the world, which is pick up the phone, dial up Fox News or whatever outlet you want to and go, hey, folks, feeling a little under the weather here, but I think I'm going to be back in better than ever very, very quickly here. And I can't wait to go represent Kentucky for the remainder of my term. But just want to let you know.
2 more weeks.
Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm okay out here. Bandit says it's okay to get old. It happens. It is. It's fine to get old. And it's a great thing that you should embrace. But I want you to embrace it out of an elected political office. That's what I'm looking for in these cases. They keep bothering the neighbors out there, too. They keep going after the neighbors and asking them questions. Here's one of the neighbors talking. He says, the neighbor who spoke to CNN said they saw emergency responders bring the person on the stretcher out from McConnell's residence about 30 minutes after first noticing emergency vehicles blocking the streets. The neighbor said they were taken aback by the person's feet being uncovered in the video. We saw that, too. We did. McConnell's residence, the address of which CNN corroborated with public records, is visible in the video, which was shot the day his team said he was hospitalized. He's in a stretcher and he's in some sort of orange foam-looking blanket type thing, the neighbor said. The neighbor said they looked at McConnell's feet, which were uncovered, and were, quote, not moving, right? Not moving, which is going to start all sorts of conspiracies. He's in a stretcher. He's in some sort of orange foam-looking blanket thing, and his feet are not moving. The neighbor said, while they did not see McConnell's face, others on the block did. Somebody said, oh, it's Mitch. I saw his face. Then there's the EMS audio where you hear that somebody had a cardiac arrest, that there was CPR in progress. I mean, it seems like it would be too big of a thing to have a huge conspiracy, like nobody at the hospital, nobody at the morgue. No, like if he was really dead, like to keep all those people quiet might be a thing. But if everybody is speculating that you're dead, it is the easiest thing on planet Earth to just pick up a phone and be like, hey.
Well, on the flip side, wouldn't it be public record if he was dead? Like, wouldn't they have to issue a death certificate?
I believe so, right? Otherwise, they would be breaking some sort of law, right?
I assume.
I don't know which one it would be, but there is something that would be happening there.
Unless there's some sort of like really old law that they haven't updated in decades that was like, you have a few months to issue the death certificate, things don't have to be handled right away.
Maybe. I don't know. We got to see what happens here next. I know that the neighbors are probably tired of it because the neighbors are just being hounded by people. People are going up like, what did you see? What do you know? Have you heard anything about Mitch McConnell? Easy problem to solve, but it hasn't been solved yet for some reason. And all we got is a foot that ain't moving in the back of an ambulance.
The part where the neighbor said that he saw Mitch's foot, when I first read it, I thought it said the neighbor said it looked like Mitch's foot. And I was like, you know what your neighbor's
I know that foot.
Old feet look like? What the hell?
Josh, do you think you could pick C-Lane's feet out of a lineup?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Easy. He's worn flip-flops around me enough times. I know what his feet look like.
You got an eye on those
There's
things?
also the size.
Yeah, he's got big feet. His shoes are like what, 15s, 16s? Yeah, so that would be noticeable.
I could pick my wife's feet out of a lineup on account of she has the smallest toenails known to man. Like, my kid has bigger toenails than like some of those smaller ones down there.
Well, that's good. You want to have identifiable characteristics, right? This is good. God forbid something happens. You're like, oh my God. I know those toenails. If you think I'm kidding about the neighbors being hounded over this, look, this is what that lady did to one of the neighbors.
Everything happened. I didn't see him come out, but
oh, you saw the paramedics here?
Yeah.
It's the neighbor.
Have you seen any family? No family has come?
I haven't seen anyone coming or going from there.
Yeah, because I know his Capitol Police detail. They're over at the hospital, so I just thought So his wife, Elaine Chow, was found in China 3 days after he went into cardiac arrest. So we're trying to figure out where she is. It doesn't look like she has come back to the house. So I was wondering, have you seen her at all?
No, I haven't seen anyone.
I hear somebody else on the block too. I don't know if there's anything like, only God can handle what's happening. Somebody is like preaching in the background. But this is what's happening to the neighbors in Mitch McConnell's neighborhood. It's just like, okay, this is big enough of an issue. All you have to do is pop up and say, hey, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Or this could be the outcome. This is a banger tweet, actually. Somebody by the name of Casual Thursday tweeted, you're all going to feel really stupid when Mitch returns to the Senate with an amazing BBL, which would be maybe the most hilarious outcome I could ever think of.
Somebody said Mitch the Stallion.
If he just came with a big butt implant and I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. I don't wish bad on anybody out there. But I do think that people who elect folks to represent them deserve somebody who's working. And if you haven't been seen in a month and we don't know if you're alive or not, you're not really working, are you? Let us know what you think. But the latest is Mitch McConnell loaded into an ambulance after an apparent cardiac arrest. Question marks galore out there. Give us your thoughts, your theories, and all the rest. You can also email the show. In fact, a couple emails coming in on a pick a side we did recently. This was with the female cop where she was yelling at the street preacher and said that she was going to give him a ticket for offensive speech. She said, like, your speech is offensive. If somebody complains and says your speech is offensive, I will ticket you, she said. And Travis emails about this. Travis says, about that dumbass cop giving a ticket. That cop is retarded and giving out tickets with no constitutional reasoning. The tax money that will be continually wasted to take these things to court is such an unbelievable waste. Just like the people fired for saying negative things about Charlie Kirk after his murder. Some of them got fired and then they now won millions in court. It's all a big waste of money, he says. And then TX says, the Texas Penal Code, the cop is right.
Penal.
Please stop bashing the Texas police officer when you are the one who is in fact ignorant to the law. See the attached Texas Penal Code. The officer wasn't stopping their freedom of speech. She was clearly trying to enforce a Texas law. They might not have been cussing, but they were breaching the peace, says this particular person who sends over an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Fully and completely disagree. The penal code that this person sent over is just like asking AI. It says cursing in public is not automatically illegal in Texas. Under Texas Penal Code 4201 for disorderly conduct, it becomes illegal if you're abusive, indecent, profane, or vulgar in your language in a public place that tends to incite an immediate breach of the peace. Fully disagree. This guy was within his constitutional right to speak, whether you liked it or not. And there is no law that runs afoul of this, Texas or otherwise. But thank you for the email. Appreciate that. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. You could be next. We'll see what you got for us. We got an AI radio station coming for our jobs. It's a little bit frightening. And when we come back, we got to pick a side. We got another pick a side for you. And C-Lane censored this for me this morning because it's kind of a wild ride from what I hear. Have you already lined up on a side on this particular clip?
Ooh, kind of.
Yeah?
I'm leaning towards an outcome.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also mostly listened to this. And then when I watched one part of it, I was like, oh, wait a second. So you'll get there.
It's pretty epic. We'll see what happens. We'll see what side
Can't
you
wait
pick.
for all of you to go, oh, wait a second.
Yeah, it'll happen. The wait a second moment is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeart.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. Imagine being so cucked on the topic of free speech that you're like, actually, Texas law stipulates. The law in question, just to be a little more clear about what I think about this, the law in question is a local law that most states have something that's basically a carbon copy of. And it's intended to have something to hit people with if, let's say, they're screaming vulgarities and curse words outside of an orphanage. Or if they're doing something that would rightfully incite some sort of chaos. If they're, shouting fire in a crowded theater, those kind of things. That's what those laws are for. Those are laws that constitutionally actually hold up because you can't do those things. There are some limits to speech. Those are not designated for a street preacher who's outside of some pride parade. What was happening in this case was the female police officer was reverting to her own feelings on an issue and being emotional about the way she applied them. And I know that's a difficult thing to avoid, but you have to. John says Constitution supersedes Texas law. There's like a 0% chance that he wouldn't win that case. I would put everything on. For instance, if laws like that were applicable, the woman who was protesting in the penis costume, you guys remember her? The lady protesting in the penis costume? She's on the other side of the political divide. Woman's in a giant penis costume with balls and everything. Constitutionally protected, right? She's allowed to do this. You could be offended by it if you want. But bringing the law into that is some real lame shit. Man kicking, same page, man. Same page. Bug fix the text and gambling for the wheel spin. Anonymous, please email me. I can't, a chat message ain't going to do it. Email me and remind me and I'll fix it. She won big? Yeah, she did. The protester who was wearing the penis costume won big time. It was a slam dunk case. A couple minutes before we come back with a pick a side. Let's get some gifted subs rolling in. I thought about that story when this one came up. Wasn't that Texas too? Was it? Was it Texas or was that Florida? I don't remember the woman in the penis costume, the protester. One second. A stream exclusive. A Skull Mike stream exclusive. We go to Tokyo, Japan. You're hearing it in your head, aren't you? Japanese police arrested a woman for allegedly sewing shut the lips of her roommate, officials said. The 42-year-old female victim escaped the house, rushed to a nearby shop, and held up a piece of paper that read, "Please help me." Police later arrested a 49-year-old woman on suspicion of assault. She lived with the victim at the time of the incident when she sewed her housemate's lips with a needle and thread, adding that she was arrested on Monday of this week. Police are investigating the incident, including unconfirmed information there was another person living at the house. The suspect became angry over a fight and sewed up her roommate's lips. Yikes. Imagine that. Like the needle through, out, all the way around. And she had to hold up a sign to tell them what was going on. Ryan says, I've wanted to do that. I'm sure. I don't blame you. How the hell did that happen? She had to be drugged? Oh yeah, or overpowered perhaps. All right, 90 seconds. Let's get the hype train going. Let's get some gifted subscriptions coming in on a Friday. I want to see some big support today. Every single one matters. If you're saying, I can't do it, every single one matters. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit that gift icon right now. Let's see you pop up during the show. We got to pick a side coming up. First, I have a very bizarre rant that I want to do. A very Florida rant that I want to work in. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. We'll be back in a second.
.com. Terms to apply. For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
France is a win closer to winning a third World Cup title, beating Morocco 2-0 in the quarterfinal. Ousmane Dembele scoring his fifth goal of the tournament.
Here they come for more. Dembele!
France beats the winner of today's Spain-Belgium match. Tomorrow's quarterfinals feature Norway against England and Argentina and Switzerland.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
You agree? Just a moment here. Join us on the show. Get your dispatches in on the show over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Before we get to this pick a side that I wanted to work in, there is a story that's making the rounds, and I feel like I want to point this out just because everybody seems to be with like one line of thought on this, and I just totally and completely disagree. And I'm not trying to be contrarian or anything, but There's a video out there that started going viral, and the woman took it down. She took the video down because this woman posted a video, and in it, she's kayaking along some Florida river. And as she's, rowing along in a little kayak thing or whatever, as she's rolling along, an alligator swims up beside her. Have you guys seen this or heard about this at all?
No. I have not.
Okay. I'll even show you because I think Wesh 2 News captured the video before it was deleted by the person who posted it. Now there's a big investigation going on. They want charges for this woman. Some people want this woman thrown in jail. I can't understand what the hell is going on here because the woman...
Are we just not supposed to pet animals?
I think that's it. Let me just show you and explain so everybody gets on the same page here. I think this is so overblown. This is so ridiculous. But here it is. This is the story about this investigation over this woman's video she posted online. And it involves her, and she's in a kayak.
New at 4, an investigation is underway into a viral video which shows a woman petting an alligator.
WashU has confirmed FWC is looking into it, which was the video, which was shot at a state park in Marion County. WashU's Avery Everett breaks down what we know.
Here's what we know.
I first saw it on Facebook. Someone had shared it.
Okay, here she is.
Yeah, I
got so she's in more of a canoe, I guess. I don't know. She's in a canoe. She's got a paddle.
Is that a clear canoe?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
buddy.
Yeah. It's clear canoe.
I don't think I'd want to be in a clear canoe in some of these waters.
Well, I guess that means she's got a clear shot at all the wildlife around her. And so she sees that this alligator comes up next to her.
Joshua Swander says he wanted to speak up after seeing that video showing a woman petting an
Okay, there. So the alligator starts swimming alongside her clear canoe, and the woman reaches out and puts her hand on the alligator's back and just briefly touches the alligator. And they're saying, she tried to pet the alligator. And there was a push to go after this woman and charge her. I was like, is this what we really want to do? Is this legitimately what people want to do? I understand if somebody is throwing rocks at a manatee or...
If she whacked him with the oar...
Yeah, 100%. If she
that
if
would
she
be a
hit
very
the wildlife,
stupid move on her part. I think the punishment would be a little faster, but...
and if the alligator bit her, I'd be supporting the alligator. But this woman is on a canoe, a clear canoe. She's rowing along very slowly in the water. The alligator surfaces right next to her. She sees the alligator and puts her hand out on the alligator's back by its tail and sort of rubs her hand on the back of the alligator for just a second. I think that's a fair characterization of what happened in this video. And if that is a fair characterization, do you guys agree that that's it was a very brief little kind of touch?
Yeah, sure.
On the I'll play it again for those of you who are watching on YouTube.com.
Possibly just to say, hey, I touched an alligator.
Yeah,
today,
I did it, right? I reached out, I touched an alligator. There was.
I first saw it on Facebook. Someone had shared it.
Did you get that? Yeah, I got it. Joshua Swander says he wanted to speak up after seeing that video showing a woman petting an alligator out in the wild.
They are apex predators. We need to respect them when we're in their environment.
Okay, nerd. Okay. I don't want to come full force for this guy because I'm sure he's got good intentions
all
or
of
whatever.
The best intentions, I'm sure, but just in a very annoying way.
What in the witch hunt are you doing here? Somebody on YouTube says it was illegal. I ask you the question, should this be illegal? Okay? If that is illegal, let's just say that it's literally illegal to touch an alligator. Like an alligator sitting there, you touch the tail of an alligator, and you've now committed a crime. Let's just say, I'll grant you, I don't even know if it is, but let's say that that's illegal. Should we be charging people, investigating people, arresting people who put their hand on the back of an alligator for a split second? What a stupid waste of time. There are so many things to be legitimately outraged by. Do we think this woman is some animal-hating lunatic who's trying to kill all of the alligators?
Yes.
Also, isn't it a little bit crazy? We literally have alligator hunts where people can kill them and tag them and bring them in. But if a woman massages the back of the alligator for 3 seconds, we're like, oh my goodness, let's investigate. Who cares? That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's looking like it is illegal. It says in Florida state laws, such as Florida statute section 379.409, make it a crime to intentionally kill, injure, possess, or capture an alligator. Harassment includes touching, poking, chasing, or intentionally disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
So the touching, I guess,
It's just ridiculous. We have a lot of laws that are ridiculous, in my opinion. People might agree with it. You guys might disagree with me. That's why I said, I don't know if this is even a hot take or not. Ex-Con says, yeah, anything that could make an alligator more comfortable around being around humans needs to be punished. How? Investigate this lady? What? Charge her? Fine her? Throw her in jail for touching an alligator? Does that apply to every single animal that you see? This is stupid. What a complete and total waste of time. Like, imagine for a second you're sitting out on your lawn or something, and a little bird flies by, and the bird, as you're sitting there, lands right on your fingertip and looks at you. And you go, oh my God. You take your other hand and you just barely pat the top of that bird's head. And then the bird just majestically flies off into the distance and goes somewhere else. And then somebody comes up and goes, put your hands up! Freeze! You just abused the wildlife. You can't touch them. We also heard you were touching butterflies earlier. Like, this is stupid. The point of these laws is to protect animals. This animal isn't in any danger. This woman doesn't hate the alligator. She's not trying to kill the alligator. Use your head for a second. Maybe I'm missing something. Hold on. Is there another detail that changes my mind here?
Is a wildlife photographer and is known on social media as Florida Guide Josh. He says the tours he often takes people on are at Silver Springs State Park, and that's where the location is.
Josh's hardest hit.
That's now gotten more than 2.1 million views on TikTok and has been reposted across the internet. Swander stitched the original video himself to call for an investigation from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
What?
Not only are they putting themselves at risk, but also they're putting the lives at risk of the future people that are going to be out there.
Good blow there, Josh.
Whatever this is the equivalent of like a wildlife Karen. I don't know if there's a name for this, but that's 100% what you are, Josh. Not you, Josh. The other Josh.
Whatever, man.
The wildlife Josh. This is 100% you being some sort of wildlife Karen. You have decided you are going to be the spokesperson for the animals, and you found the really bad woman who was swimming around or I guess moving around in her canoe and touched the back of an alligator, and you now are trying to turn her in. Like, that is every bit of Karen behavior. You're a wildlife Karen. That's 100% what you are. Normal people aren't getting together and being like, this woman is a criminal. We do need to clean up the streets. We should start with her. That's how we're going to fix this stuff.
I mean, there is a little bit, I think, to the argument where if you're making gators more comfortable around humans, they might be more likely to get closer to them and bad stuff will happen. I mean, that's the whole reason you don't feed them. You don't feed the alligators because they're going to come back next week to the same spot and chomp on a kid.
Hey, let me be clear. I don't think we should encourage this lady. I don't think we should be saying, this is amazing that you did this. But I don't think all these things should just be illegal. I don't think we should just collect as many laws as we can for all of the people that do something. You just go, hey, don't do this, please. Don't do this. You don't understand, Sean? What do I not understand? I mean, I saw what happened. I don't think there's any context that's going to change my mind on this. I'm open to it. But 100%, I think this is a stupid thing to waste your time on. The Florida Wildlife Commission people said, we are aware of the video. It has been reported to us several times. An officer has been assigned to handle the investigation. It's currently ongoing at this time. From my experience, that means they will show up at your work and try to get your boss to give up your location so that they can visit you at your house so that they can investigate you for,
your collection of piranhas.
Hey, whoa. You're making this sound like it was about me or something, for God's sake.
I was talking about the hypothetical you that you were talking about.
I let's just be real. This has happened to me before. Somebody ratted me out hearing me talk on the radio, and they said, this is a bad man.
Somebody ratted you out. You said it on the radio.
I know, but it wasn't that the people listened and they just started, somebody called them and was like, hey, this guy has piranhas. He's a bad man. And so they get on the phone and they go, can we come by your house? And I said, no. And they said, why not? And I go, shut up. Why? What are you coming to my house for? You're going to hang out with me, pal? We're going to have a couple of beers? No, that's what they do. They want you to open the door to them so they can look around and try to arrest you for something. Arrest you for touching an alligator for 3 seconds. I think it's stupid. I do. But maybe there's one final detail.
A statement sent to Wesh 2 News. A spokesperson for FWC says, "We are aware of the video. It has been reported to us several times. An officer has been assigned to handle the investigation, and it is currently ongoing at this time." FWC says it's illegal to feed, entice, or capture alligators in our state, except for permitted hunters or trappers during alligator hunting.
Feed, entice, or what? What was the last one? Or feed, entice, or harass? What did she say? Let me go back. Hang on.
For alligators in our state, except for permanently ongoing at this time. FWC says it's illegal to feed, entice, or capture alligators.
Okay, feed, entice. So they're saying she enticed it by...
Sure.
Yeah, by touching the back of the alligator.
Very enticing, back of the neck touch.
Yeah, that's going to change
gator.
everything. It's still going to be a gator, folks. All right,
I mean,
the gator's
it is
still
mating
going to
season.
Gator. Yeah. So he says, call Savannah. I don't need to call Savannah to know that Gatorland has a giant place full of gators that they interact with all the time, and they will still eat all of their hands off. All right? The alligator is still going to alligator. You're not going to touch the alligator on the back, and then some little kid gets gobbled up because of it. It's stupid. It's just stupid. This is not what this should be, what these kind of laws should be for. And I feel this is like really a dumb way to target this person. But go for it, Josh. I mean, unbelievable. The level of joshing happening here is unbelievable. Let us know what you think. Maybe you think that the woman was in the wrong and she should be like arrested or there should be a punishment for her. Hit us up with an email, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com, or send a dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Good blow there, Josh.
Good blow, Josh. Top notch blow, Josh. Really appreciate it. A lot of people emailing about this. He's just rolling.
Leaning right in.
Yeah, why not? A lot of people emailing, so we'll get to some of those comments in a bit here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. We still have to get to, I got a bunch of the testimony from the Charlie Kirk case. We'll work that in somewhere around jury duty because a lot of that testimony was pretty gripping and interesting, but I promised to pick a side. So we're going to do that next. We're going to do that, then we'll do the hot sheet. We'll roll on into the second half of the show before you know it. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Like a bar fight with microphones. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real.
Folks, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. Hang on. I got to add some stuff for Weekend Edition. Stand by. Okay, we need an 8, a 12, and a 14. Oh, he's not there. He's not even there, folks. Okay, hold on. How many of you agree with me that going after the alligator lady is a stupid waste of time? Waste of resources. There are much bigger fish to fry. This is dumb. It's really a non-event. How many of you agree? Do you agree yes or no? There are no punishments for saying no. Do you agree yes or no? Complete agreement? Nice. Nice. Standing by, waiting for you to tell me to sit down again? My legs are hurting? It's a waste of time and money, says John. Big Digit says no. Don't agree. But then Big Digit says agree no. Man Kick It says yes. Nope, Team Josh. Like, I always think about the spirit of the law. What are these laws about? These laws are about somebody who actually poses harm to animals, which I don't want people to harm animals. But was this person actually any sort of harm to this animal? Only if you look at things in the most convoluted way, suggesting that this minor touch from a human on a canoe is going to lead to more physical interactions with this alligator that somehow leads to somebody getting hurt or something down the road. I think that's really dumb logic. Personally, I think it's dumb. Personally, it's stupid. But pick a side is next. Give her a fine or something, but this seems excessive. That's like a hunt. It's a hunt for her. So far, 0 gifted subs. None. Not a 1. You can change that by hitting the gift icon over on thenewsjunkie.com. Change the game today, baby. Amy says, waste of time for sure. She's stupid for touching it. Also, I don't think alligators should be killed for attacking humans that go into their territory, says Amy. No, I don't agree, but they're making an example out of her. I agree to not agree. Sean, would the alligator be wrong for biting her? Absolutely not. If a wild animal attacks you, it is 100% your fault 100% of the time. Unless it's like some rabid animal chasing you down. Some rabid frothing at the mouth dog or whatever. Some raccoon. And the coon's all frothing at the mouth trying to get you. If it's not that and it's just a normal situation with you and an animal, I feel like it's 100% of the time the human's fault. So if you get bit, you get bit. Wazza! All right, here we go.
Contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250. Say micro and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
The World Cup is underway, and it's been incredible. On our podcast, The Away End, with Daniel Alarcón and John Green, we're talking about the games that have delighted us, the teams that have inspired us, and what surprised us, all through the lens of being massive fans of the world's most beautiful game.
Daniel, I can hardly believe the drama that the group stage brought us, but now it's time to talk about the teams that are left as the tournament reaches its crescendo and decides the next World Cup champion.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Away End with Daniel Alarcón and John Green, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Just glad you're here today. Learn more about the show, subscribe to the podcast for free, and dive into secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Big thanks to Sharkbait for the gifted subscription, premium subscription over on thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody gobble that up. Gobble it up fast over there on the website. Thanks for the big support. That's a gobble noise, in case you were wondering. All right, let's do it. It's time again, everybody. It's everybody's favorite moment on the show. It's time for another Pick a Side.
Pick a side.
Where I present, is this the song?
Pick a side.
This is where I show you a clip that is actively going viral on social media, and you determine who is right and who is wrong, all of those things. All right, you're going to pick a side in this situation. This Pick a Side is an old man on the trail somewhere, and on the other side of it is these young women. They get into an altercation, and one of the young women, well, she makes it a memorable one for this guy. So that's just a basic primer on this. Let's dive in together. We start off on a nature trail type area, and these young women have parked in an area that this guy does not want them to park in. Let's pick a side. Let's see who is wrong. Here we go with this currently viral video.
Hey, get away from my face. I don't have to get away from you.
Yeah.
All right, a little bit of aggressive moves on this dude's part. He comes up, he's got like a walking stick in one hand and two fishing poles in the other hand. And he walks up to these young girls who have just parked along this road. And the man says, like, hey, you're not allowed to park here, basically. And she says, whoa, back up. Don't come up on us like that. Which, I think she has a right to feel that way. Like, I don't want anybody pulling up on me kind of aggressive like that. And he did kind of seem to do that as he walked up to them.
I don't have to get away from you.
Yeah.
Because you're stupid and you can't read the sign.
Chill the away from me right now. Back away from me right now.
She said, back away from me right now. And I believe she said, I will bear mace you right now. Now, I've never been maced. You guys been maced?
No. I've been
secondhand.
Yeah, we've been like in the proximity of a pepper spraying.
Okay.
But I mean,
never direct.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and not even together, I don't think.
No, both just used to happen kind of frequently.
Yeah.
This guy has been told, step back or I'm going to pepper spray you. I'm going to bear spray you. And he is determined to get them to not park in this space.
We're about to leave. Like, we're literally leaving.
Get out of here.
Okay, then walk away.
Please leave. We already said that we were leaving. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Yeah, the first thing that came out of my mouth is you're not allowed to park here.
Yeah,
that's okay, and we're leaving.
Why would I apologize? We're leaving.
You called us
Because
an
you're
asshole.
breaking. Because
You were being disrespectful to start with.
they're kicking people.
Okay, well, we're leaving.
Okay. Oh, I see it out already. She has the bear mace out in her hand. She has it. It's a big, like, it looks like a can of Raid or something.
And I think, like, early on in the pick-a-side, I'm on the side of the girls right now because this one girl is in the middle of making a pretty good point. Hey, bro, this is not your rule. You are just a fisherman with a walking stick and a bad attitude. You are not a park ranger. This is not your park. If they're breaking the rules and you have a problem with it, you can go to the proper authorities, but it's not up to you.
See, Len, that's at the core of so many of these, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, that somebody has decided to enforce something that's none of their business. So he's gone up and he's told these women, like, hey, you can't park here, and I'm going to be the one to enforce this right now. And that's where this guy's coming from. So I'll go back just a little bit here. Because the two girls, and by the way, when you're this older guy, I don't know how young these girls are, but they look pretty young. Maybe like late teens or something. Or I guess they're old enough to drive.
20s maybe.
Yeah, maybe 20s. Maybe they're in their 20s. If you're an old-ass man, sometimes you got to look around and go, this ain't good. Let me just get out of here. Let me pack my bags. Let me get out of here. I'll let somebody else deal with this. But he doesn't do that. He gets up in her face a little bit.
The first thing that came out of my mouth is you're not allowed to park here.
Yeah, that's okay, and we're leaving.
Why would I apologize? We're leaving. You called us an asshole. You were being disrespectful to start with.
Because they're kicking people.
Okay,
Why
well,
does he
we're
care?
leaving.
Yeah.
Rule that we have to apologize for.
Oh. Oh, he tried to whip her with the fishing pole.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Which, by the way, the fishing pole thing, I can 100% excuse no matter who's in the right and who's in the wrong. If you just got bear sprayed, you would whip your mother with a fishing pole. You're
think
probably
that's fair?
right. Yes.
So
I think the fishing pole part was absolutely fair.
Even if you're picking their side because he's being a nosy nobody, you think that
I said
reaction is to hit him with a fishing pole.
I said I was picking their side up until that point because the visual on this is not great for them.
They look like they're going after this guy pretty hard, and she really sprayed him with the bear spray, man.
We have to apologize for. Don't come on my face.
Was he moving towards one of them or what?
He was moving down the road. All right, get in the car. Let's go. But closer to some of them.
Away from me. You just f***ing hit me. You're gonna break your window. What the f*** is wrong with you?
He seems kind of
God.
okay to have just gotten bear sprayed.
He does seem way too okay for the bear spraying.
Get out of here.
Does it take a second?
Maybe. I would hope not.
That's true. Yeah. What the situations that you're relying on this for, you don't need it to take a second. You want it to.
Bear's done mauling you before it starts crying.
Yeah. Over on chat, Insecure Walrus says she chased him down. She chased him down.
All right, think of this as not a bear spraying, but if she had shot a gun at him, his back was facing her.
True.
She was not in immediate danger.
No, but she's going to say, I'm just guessing here, that she's going to say he was headed toward the friend group further down the road. So when he gets up right here, she's got the bear spray. She's warned him multiple times, just leave us alone. And then he starts going, he's not aiming towards her.
Look, she's bear spraying him in the back of the head. That might be the only reason he's okay. Not a lot of it hit his eyes.
It looks like it totally painted his face, too.
Yes, he looks a lot redder.
Like, I think it completely painted his face. So then they try to get in the car here, and let's see what happens next. I think there might be another angle, too.
Get out of here. Open it.
They're trying to get in their SUV. This is another angle. Is this his dog? Because I think the guy is walking around with a dog, and there's this adorable dog just kind of looping between the people, like saying hello to the girls. And like,
not a good day for that dog.
The dog is like, what's going on? What's happening around here? This is back before he got pepper sprayed again?
Yes.
There's a girl with a tumbler down the road. Maybe he was headed towards her.
I think she's the one filming the other angle.
Oh, yeah, she is. Right here. You should have said, I'm sorry.
Why would I apologize to you?
Because they're kicking people.
It's not your rule that we have to apologize.
True, it's not your rule. Look. Oh, she got him again.
Ooh. Okay, the second one was warranted.
Yeah, the second one was when he's swinging around the fishing pole. So, I mean, I get it. I think that this thing is solved, though, by just minding your own business, isn't it? Like, if he doesn't go over there, she doesn't say, get away from me or I'm going to pepper spray you or a bear spray you. And this never happens. But I don't know, like, legally, what's the standard of being able to do that?
The escalation on that girl's point was way out of bounds, I think. You know, and you can see in the video that the first bear spray she does to the back of his head. He wasn't headed towards the other girl. He might have been headed towards a vehicle, but like, look at what we're looking at here, and watch the other angle. Go further in the video to the second angle.
The second angle.
I need second angle, first bear spray.
All right, second angle, first bear spray. I can provide that. She's getting it ready, by the way, right here.
Yeah.
When she walks by him, she gets her bear spray. She's looking at it.
Pulling the pin or something.
Yeah, she's getting ready. So she knows she's going to bear spray this guy.
Because they're kicking people.
She wants to spray his ass, too. Jesus, man. She sprayed him so good, too. Oh, God.
That's why I said I was on the girl's side and he was being obnoxious. And then she just went, maybe she's always wanted to use that bear spray or something like that, you know?
So you're picking his side?
I'm saying everyone's the asshole. But
you can't. You have to pick a side. You have to pick him
that's
or
a
her.
name.
I can't pick him because he's terrible.
I pick the dog.
You can't pick the dog. The dog is not in here. I am picking her side, and solely because he should have minded his own business, number one. She warned him multiple times. Why is he getting into it with these young girls, for God's sake? She
warned him multiple times, but then she shot him with the bear spray when he looked like he was walking away. The thing that she was asking him to do the whole time.
He ain't going to do it again, is he? He's not going to do that again. He sees some young group of girls out there trying to enjoy their day out in the wilderness. He probably learned a lesson. Take a while to get that bear mace off your face, for God's sake. I picked the girl's side. I think they warned him plenty of times. But he kept over there, and he's trying to enforce the law. He's not a cop. He's not any of these people. Like, what's going on here that you really care that much about stuff like this that you're going to investigate? Avendisora on Twitch says, I don't care what... Oh, everything's moving fast. I don't care what the guy is doing, to be honest. She warned him, and he did not walk away. I agree with that, but I still want to think about, like, just because he did warn her, you can't just warn somebody and then be right. Like, if you took it back to, what was the story with the track meet where the Austin Metcalf, where he got stabbed? The young guy that's now serving 30 years or whatever in jail for Austin Metcalf's murder, he warned him. He was like, you better get your hands off me or I'm going to get you. And then he stabbed him. But the law said he didn't have a right to respond in that way because he didn't have a real threat going on. Yeah, the Carmelo Anthony case. Now, I know that's obviously way more intense than this, but she warned him. But did he do anything that warranted her reaction?
I think he did the opposite of warranting that reaction because it looked like he was walking away. It's the whole you can't shoot somebody in the back thing.
Yeah, I'm still supporting her because I think it's hilarious that they just drilled this guy with bear spray. She's at a distance. By the way, she's got there's something hilarious about the aesthetic of this. He is like outdoorsy. He kind of looks like a grown-up version of the little kid from Up with like the Cub Scout uniform on. Yes. You know, he's got a backpack and his 2 fishing poles and his dog. Like he's literally the kid from Up. And she is like this teeny bopper with these minuscule shorts on and this tiny little top on who weighs all of like 100 pounds soaking wet. Just the vision of the two of them. Oh, God. It's something to behold. I'll put this up on See It Now. I'll put it up on See It Now so you guys can take a look. Josh, did you pick a side? You can't pick the dog. You can't do it.
I'm kind of with C-Lane here. I think he gave up and he was walking away.
All right. Josh says the guy was in the right.
I didn't say he was right.
You picked that side. It's all about picking a side. Who do you pick? Let us know who was in the right here, who was in the wrong. Pick a side. In the young girls.
Pick a side. We're going to pick a side because it's pick a side.
Now you just got to make a song.
Yeah, I know.
The young girls with the bear spray or the old man out there enforcing laws that have nothing to do with it.
Josh, this has become such a thing. I told Sean this morning, he texted me, hey, I got this pick a side. Can you censor it? And I was like, you're pushing the pick a side thing. I'm really surprised I haven't gotten the text yet. That was like, I'm going to need you to make a pick a side song.
Yeah. We should do that because I enjoy it. I think you guys do too. Let us know what you think, who is in the right. A generational battle for the ages? True. Absolutely true. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will, of course, do the hot sheet and get into the second half of the show. Big drama on the way. A lot of stuff we haven't even gotten into just yet, including that Charlie Kirk testimony, which is kind of a wild ride in and of itself, and AI radio trying to take our jobs. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by My Eternal...
There you go, folks. That's your pick a side for today. I picked a gator from the other story. You can't do that. Maybe I have not been clear. There is only one rule in pick a side. The rule is you must pick a side. Yep. Okay, good. Let's do it. I'll put it in now. The only rule of pick a side is you must pick a side.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call solves it all. Dispatch, this has been Advanced Air Home Service.
So then we need 12 and an 8. You want to do either one of those here?
Or visit advancedairandheat.com to
Okay, cool.
Advanced Air Home Services. License CFC 1430969.
How are we doing, everybody? Thank you to Sharkbait for the gifted sub. Appreciate that. Stand by, actually. Boom! Sharkbait with a gifted subscription. Follow up with some support of your own. Every little bit matters and counts. Hit that gift button over on thenewsjunkie.com. I picked the side of the girl at the very end of the video with the purple hair that was walking towards him. I like these segments. You know, it's a good time, right? That's why I've been making the YouTube daily clips out of those. It's a good time. These are the kind of videos, but with real guns, they show officers in training, I bet. Stuff escalates fast. Yeah, how many of you saw the video where the woman shot the guy where they're fighting over a parking space? It's about a week or so ago. Same kind of situation. Like somebody was standing in a parking lot spot or something, and it just heated up so fast that all of a sudden somebody shoots the other person. I think they might have killed him. I don't remember. Did they kill him, Abraham? Lady gave that dude a lot of warning. When did the general public become so stupid? It's a chicken or egg conversation, AJ. It's like, were people always this dumb and there weren't as many cameras? Or are people now this dumb and the more cameras are catching it? I don't know. I think people probably have always been pretty dumb. I just want to know who the hell brings a fishing pole to a bear spray fight. Well, he had to do something, right? He's like, she sprays him in the face, and he's just got those fishing poles. And he wants to do something. The problem is, I don't think most of those fishing poles are going to hurt that much. They're so flexible. They're meant to bend and not break with a fish on the line. It's just a whip, basically. It's not that bad. 2 minutes, and we're back live. It's just wild to me that so many people think this type of aggression is normal. I think the people just get caught up in it, you know? It's almost like road rage. Like, have you ever met somebody with really bad road rage, but 99% of the time they're just super chill? Like, you don't look at them as a violent person who's unhinged or anything, but then in the right circumstances, the temperature rises so fast. I swear I saw Mitch McConnell picking up extra cash doing DoorDash. Probably true, Portland. You got to do what you got to do. His wife's in China. He needs something to do to occupy his time. We're coming back for the hot sheet. One minute. Here we go.
His expenses for lawyers, it's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
A thriller in the extreme.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every remaining match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
All the way up to the final, July 19th. The games are live
and for free. Just download the iHeartRadio app now.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
You can join in on the chat around the clock, hang out with some other friends of the show over on chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick before the hot sheet, when I saw this, I was like, let's just abandon this entire country and start over. It's China, so it's like a lot of territory they're going to be giving up. But I guess there was a typhoon that hit China. I'll put this up on See It Now because the visual is unbelievable. And an entire town is now living in fear because the floodwaters from this typhoon released all of these snakes, including a whole bunch of like cobras. There's 900 of them that are wandering around. Here, check this out. I'll put this on See It Now. Those are cobra snakes in the water.
Oh, God.
Just floating around out there. All around this entire neighborhood because 900 of them got out of this cobra snake farm. And they said a lot of them are not venomous, but some cobras got loose. And they're just chasing them around out there. I would stay as far away from this as humanly possible. But, yeah, all over the place. One confirmed snake bite, they said. 35 inches of rain in parts of this area. But there's just... They're poking out of the water. They look like, what's the Loch Ness Monster? Little Loch Ness Monster looking things. I'll put this up on See It Now.
Loch Ness Monsters.
That's what they look like to me. I'll put that up so you can see the visual when you get a chance in the app or at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. It's the top 5 stories in the nonsense news brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. And we'll talk about That Mortgage Guy Don in just a second here. But first, I don't know how I feel about this. First, at one point, it's making me feel a little old. But I also don't know if they're going to do this justice. I'm nervous. Okay. Hollywood is remaking a movie that I remember going to see in the movie theater. They're rebooting a movie from my childhood. It's this one right here.
Oh, Free Willy?
Free Willy, baby.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I mean...
this is a banger.
Are they going to do it with a real whale, or...
They did it with a real whale last time.
Except for that jump part. I don't know if that was real. Maybe it was.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe some of that was a little fake. Warner Brothers is developing a re-imaging. It says re-imaging. I thought reimagining would be the word there. Of the 90s family adventure movie Free Willy, produced by Anthony and Joe Russo's AGBO. They've tapped somebody for the screenplay, and they're going with it. Free Willy's coming back. It was the movie about an orphan boy who befriends a captive orca, becomes a global phenomenon, grossing $153.7 million worldwide on a $20 million budget.
Damn.
$20 million for all? Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
What?
Come on, guys. Come on.
Wayne.
Somebody sent in a photo dispatch of C-Lane stuck in the plane window. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
It looks like I'm having fun, but I can assure you I would not be. They've got AGBO's Angela Russo and Michael Disco. What a great name. And Casey Whiting will be producing the film. And they've got like all the things lined up. I don't think they have any actors yet, but they're just like coming out here and going, guys, we're doing it. Get ready for Free Willy 2. I don't know if they're going to go with Michael Jackson this time around.
Probably
not.
Who's our current Michael Jackson? Do we have another person that we can lean on?
I don't want to call anybody our current Michael Jackson because it sounds like I'm calling them a bad thing.
I've always called Josh Fowler, our very own Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Josh Fowler.
I mean, like a pop star, like somebody who's a big, shocking personality,
like represented in a big blockbuster success without all the other stuff mentioned.
Yeah. And Jesus Juice and stuff. Oh, put that in there too.
I mean, Bruno Mars is the most similar in style, I think, in like musical style, not kid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be him, or maybe they'll go with like a country person.
All right. Okay. We'll put this out there, but I'm not sure if there's a big appetite for Free Willy to be brought back. They're bringing back all kinds of stuff. They brought back Moana this weekend.
Oh, yeah. There was actually a really good review about the Moana live-action remake that Disney put out.
That makes one of them because that movie is getting hammered, buddy.
That's why I was surprised to see at least one article say, like, hey, this Moana might be, and maybe this is the telltale, like, this might be the best live-action remake Disney's ever done, which doesn't say much about the rest of Disney's live-action remakes. But do you have a picture of The Rock?
It's got 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a really low opening for the new live-action Moana. But let's see, Moana Rock hair. The wig is just so hilarious. Like, it's so... Here's a good show. Hold on, let me bring this up. This is a good reason to watch the show, folks, because that is preposterous looking. It looks like he was making a joke, and he was like, he wore this onto the set, and he goes, "All right, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let's get the real wig out.
The Maui wig." I guess we're all just going to be going back to cable at some point, or some version, some emulation of cable, because all of the streaming service are cosplaying as cable providers now. It says here, Netflix, as they face declining engagement on some of its biggest hits, the streamer is reportedly exploring new routes to entice viewers, including live TV and streaming bundles.
All right.
Everything Netflix was not. Executives discussed the idea of adding themed live channels that would stream shows or films of a certain genre, which I think is something Disney Plus already does. Like, I think you could put on like a virtual channel, like in quotes, where they're just showing a couple of their IPs over and over again.
Have like a Star Wars channel or something?
Yeah, that you just that you treat it like what they're calling linear television. They've named the old thing. They put a new name on it, but they've added the theme. They're discussing adding the theme live channels that would stream shows or films of a certain genre. Should the streamer move forward, the feature would replicate the linear TV model that Netflix revolutionized with streaming over 15 years ago. The news comes as Netflix sees viewership downticks for some of its biggest series, including The Four Seasons, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Running Point, One Piece, and Beef. Even though Beef got a bunch of nominations for in the Emmys.
They have had a really hard time. The Beef thing I don't think is fair because Beef is a totally different cast, totally different story. They were trying to do this thing where season 1 is a beef between two people and a road rage incident, and then season 2 is like a totally different thing.
Different beef.
Yeah, and you don't have the same actors, you don't have the same story. Of course it's going to lose audience, but I guess they have a huge problem with that, with the second season not being super successful.
It even says later in this article that they have also explored bundling other streaming subscriptions, including Peacock, leading into an add-on strategy that Prime Video and Apple TV Plus have already embraced. I mean, if you are a cord cutter and are doing everything above board, you're paying just as much. Are you saving money, or are you just paying exactly what you were paying the cable company before? It doesn't seem to make sense. Britney Spears turned some heads on the freeway the other day. I put the link in the thing in your show prep stuff.
I got you.
Link in the thing.
I put the link in the thing. Britney Spears made everyone in the valley made sure they knew it's Britney, bitch. Sticking half her body out of her G-Wagon while riding down the freeway.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's like full on, like hanging out of the sunroof of this sucker.
Is this illegal? I feel like it's one of those things that's fun and you could do. But by the way, the freeway in California, in LA traffic, she's probably not going that fast.
I wouldn't think so.
You know, like
she's out.
They're going down the 101. There's no way they're going that fast. Brittany was seen Thursday dangling her upper body outside the sunroof, much like that picture of me in the plane. Of her luxury SUV.
Did you see? They're now taking it. AJ Soup has made you a little more scared.
Oh, God. Jeez.
They're slowly but surely getting it. More terror is entering your eyes as you're hanging out of this plane window.
I look like that lady on Letterman who could pop her eyes out of her sockets on stupid human tricks. It says, hopefully the classic LA traffic was making sure Brittany's car wasn't going too fast because seatbelts don't tend to work when they're below the knees. This one one source close to Britney tells TMZ the singer's doing well, and this would just be good, clean fun back home in Louisiana. And also, Keith Richards has revealed the secret to a long life. Do you want to know?
Yes. Yeah, what is it? He's still alive after all the stuff he's put his body through.
I don't believe him for a second. They said they have an answer directly from Richards himself in a new interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe. Richards made the secret to his immortality quite plain. Healthy living. Go to bed early. There's nothing like it. That's the formula. Be a good boy. Nerd. I'm sorry, what? Keith Richards?
Be a good boy.
What? Didn't you crush up your dad's ashes and mix them with blow? What are you talking about, healthy living?
Yeah,
That's
I think I think he's pulling a fast one on everybody. He's gone the other direction. By the way, real quick, for this is just for the streamers, just for the folks hanging out with us today on YouTube and Twitch. There was another incident like this where somebody popped out of their car like Britney Spears did, but this lady was a World Cup fan, and I had to share this with you guys. She's partying, right? She's hanging out of the door of the car, and she pops her top off here, and she's like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to let loose. And she's partying. She's like, World Cup, baby. There you go. She's in Colombia. Football. She's shaking them. And then she falls completely out of the car. The guy turned a little bit. She fell completely out of the car. Oh, God. There you go. An exclusive for you streamer folks.
That was fun. Hey, if you want to get yourself into your dream home, mortgage rates are headed down and are at nearly 3-year lows. So if you have a quote and you are a smart person, a person who would shop around for many other things, time to shop around for that mortgage quote. Time to call that mortgage guy Don or visit him at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
We're going to bust into the second half of the show today, and we are just getting started. Big thanks, by the way, to Snafu for the Secret Show subscription. We appreciate you.
Did you make that name yesterday?
Snafu, thank you for the Secret Show subscription, the premium subscription on thenewsjunkie.com. Claim that if you get a chance. A new Secret Show posts every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Back with more in just a moment, including we got to get into the Charlie Kirk stuff. I got a couple of things. One is about parents getting fined, and we got this AI radio station thing. C-Lane sent this to me a bit ago. All of that will be coming up after This Week in Florida, which is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Crews are off to the shoulder, clearing up that accident on the ramp from 408 to I-4 westbound. Traffic still slowing down. All lanes are getting affected at the intersection where Colonial meets Powers Drive. There's a serious accident there. Traffic.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Everything's going well in the world. You're celebrating your World Cup victory. You pop your boobs out. And the next thing you know, asphalt check. Thank you, Snafu, for the support. Appreciate that. Now it's your turn. Every single gifted sub is support to the show. And it'll help us out to continue on. Battle the suits. One subscription at a time. I want to see some of you just subscribing. I want to see your name pop up on the studio screen where it says New Secret Show subscriber. I want to see you get on board today. If you're already supporting, let's keep those gifts rolling by hitting that gift icon at thenewsjunkie.com like snafu. My boobs are nice, Sean? SSJ, I didn't get a look at them, but I believe you. I believe you indeed. I did see this. Let's discuss. We have any Caitlin Clark fans out there, chat? Yes? Yes or no? Are you a Caitlin Clark fan? Yes or no? Caitlin Clark, WNBA superstar. Not only is her jersey and her merch the most sold and most successful in the WNBA as far as I'm aware, but I think it's up there in the top couple in the NBA as well. Like when you combine them, Caitlin Clark still sells that much merch. I'm more of a Clark Howard fan. Is that guy still alive? Caitlin Clark, is she the one that points at people? No, that's Sophie Cunningham. That's her enforcer. But this is kind of insane to me. Conversations, this is from the Associated Press, about whether Caitlin Clark is getting officiated fairly in the WNBA can be polarizing, as fans, players, coaches, pundits, and even lawmakers have opinions about whether the WNBA needs to take some action about the physical play against Caitlin Clark. Congress is looking for answers by July 24th. Millions of casual fans now tune in to watch her play, 11 members of the House Republican Study Committee wrote to the WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Unfortunately, what they too often witness is not simply aggressive competition, but repeated acts of physical hostility and violence. Caitlin Clark has been hip-checked, poked in the eye, and struck in the throat during games. The incidents go far beyond routine physical play, yet the WNBA and its officiating have too often failed to address these unacceptable incidents and hold the players accountable. Congress is investigating Caitlin Clark being hit in the WNBA. Let me tell you something without a shadow of a doubt. Are there women who are purposely trying to attack Caitlin Clark because she's getting the attention, because she's the big superstar? Her fellow players voted her like the 11th best guard in the WNBA, which is absolutely insane. Just batshit insane. Definitely some of them have it out for her. Definitely some of them are jealous. Definitely, there's probably some of them that don't like her because she's white and successful in the WNBA. But I bet she is absolutely horrified that Congress is investigating this. I bet she is absolutely horrified at the prospect of a bunch of politicians poking and prodding the WNBA and the commissioner of the WNBA, who she has to work under. And she's like, oh my God. Oh, this is like your mom going to school and addressing the entire middle school because you got bullied by somebody. That's the vibes I'm getting. Why is Congress investigating Caitlin Clark in the WNBA? That's the WNBA's business. That's weird. Show us your moves? No. No. Congress, really? Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, Congress is investigating whether the WNBA is not enforcing penalties against Caitlin Clark. That ought to fix it. We're coming back.
.com. 1-800-LifeLock. Promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Belgium will be looking to advance to the semifinals today. Their all-time leading scorer, Romelu Lukaku, has 3 goals in the tournament, all coming off the bench.
Now for me, this is the best situation. Obviously, you want to start, but I have to play with the head as well. So I accept.
Belgium and Spain square off at 3 Eastern in Los Angeles. The winner takes on France on Tuesday.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
Moments. We're happy to have you with us. Forget the same 3 songs over and over. Thanks for hanging out in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. We have a lot to get to, and we will get into This Week in Florida in just a moment. Ed emails the show, though, real quickly. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. This was the pick aside about the old man who was trying to tell these young women, you can't park your car here along this like nature preserve. Can't park your car here. They said, what's it your business? And he's kind of enforcing the parking rules in this parking lot. And these young girls, they bear sprayed him, or they like maced him or whatever with bear spray and sprayed him right in the face. So his whole face turned like a red color from the bear spray. And Ed says, this is my take. You can't just go over to anybody, stir up some trouble, and then cry victim. Absolutely not. You can't shoot anybody in the back, so what should a person do? Show the assailant that you mean business, whether it's with a gun or bear spray. Yes, his back was turned. Who's to say that he wasn't turning his back to go grab a knife or a gun? Oh, that's a bit of a stretch. So I picked the girl's side. If you mind your business and leave people alone, you don't get the business, says Ed. We'll take more of your thoughts as we roll along on the show today.
Totally fair.
I mean, he thinks it is. He said the guy turned around. What if he was grabbing a knife or a gun? You could just say that anytime then if you wanted to, I feel like. Are you ready, though, C-Lane? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most grown-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
Good on you for remembering, Just bang up job. It is the weekend, and it is time to take a trip around the great state of Florida, the Sunshine State, and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And boy, do I have good news for my hometown of Orlando, baby.
Yeah, all right.
Congratulations, Orlando. For years, the greater Orlando area carried a grim title, the deadliest place in the U.S. for pedestrians. But a new report has been released, and it says while Orlando is falling in the rankings, other communities are moving up. But the Smart Growth America report says the Orlando area fell from number 1 on this list to 25.
Oh, that's good.
We're doing it, People are staying alive. Yeah. News 6 traffic safety expert Trooper Steve, who's a swell guy, says the change is significant but not a signal to ease up. We didn't just jump from first to second place. We went from first to 25th. That's a big jump. The report found 433 pedestrian deaths from 2015 to 2019 in the Orlando area region studied. From 2020 to 2024, that number fell to only 419. So I guess it's pretty close in numbers in all these areas, but it did take us down to 25th place. The top spot in the country now, Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh,
be careful walking around. Walking in Memphis could really, really get you in a bad spot.
That's what they say. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah. We talked briefly about this on Monday, but out of Daphne, Alabama, ex-Florida gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum was arrested once again on drug possession charges. Andrew Gillum the guy really likes to party. He really likes his drugs. The former candidate for governor of Florida has been arrested on drug possession charges in Alabama after police say they pulled him over for erratic driving and found marijuana and meth in his vehicle. Ooh. The latest legal trouble for the ex-Tallahassee mayor who narrowly lost to Ron DeSantis for governor in 2018 was once considered a rising star of the Democratic Party. The police department said officers stopped Gillum's vehicle around 10:45 p.m. and initiated a probable cause search after one of them noticed a glass pipe on the center console. They found several rolled marijuana cigarettes and 3 packages of a substance that tested positive for meth. Back in 2020, as you may remember, Gillum was found in a Miami Beach hotel room with a man who had apparently overdosed on drugs, and Gillum was too inebriated to talk about what happened. The man survived, and no one was ever charged with a crime for the OD, but Gillum withdrew from public life for months, seeking treatment for alcohol abuse and depression. He later told a TV interviewer he had come to grips with what he had done. He also was arrested in 2022. He was indicted on federal conspiracy and wire fraud charges for allegedly funneling tens of thousands of dollars in campaign donations through third parties back to himself for personal use.
This guy's a wild one.
Yeah. He's got a lot of problems, that Andrew Gillum, but hope he gets help. Now to Port St. Lucie, where, I mean, is this that bad? Is this a crime?
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
A rideshare driver's trip took an unexpected turn outside the Port St. Lucie Police Department when officers said an unruly passenger refused to get out of the vehicle while inhaling nitrous oxide. So you got doing whippets in an Uber, is that bad?
Sir, get out of the car. No. It's real slow.
If that's bad.
I know my rights.
Oh, is this her? This is the lady?
If that's bad, then I'd like to go on record and say, I've never done that. I've never done that with anybody.
She doesn't look like the type. This the woman who got busted for this. This is a rideshare driver, brings nitrous oxide huffing passenger straight to the police, I guess, right?
Yeah, so the Uber driver has this passenger. Passenger is doing whippets, huffing nitrous in the Uber. And when they refuse to leave the vehicle, well, guess what? The driver is still driving the vehicle and can decide where to and where not to drive the passenger. And they decided we're driving straight to the police department.
That's smart.
With this nitrous huffing passenger. Officers were called Wednesday afternoon to their own parking lot after the rideshare driver drove directly to PSLPD for help. The passenger, identified as 37-year-old Pamela Molina, was actively inhaling nitrous oxide from a large canister and would not leave the vehicle. She's charged.
Doesn't she look like she has her life together more than to be the woman in the back of a car like that?
Who among us, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
I'll put her mugshot up on See It Now so you guys can take a peek.
She doesn't need fixing.
Sometimes mugshots make you feel or make you look a lot worse. And I'm like, so if that's the case for her, then I would like to see the pre-mugshot photo because she already has a good thing going there. But ultimately, she was taken out of the video and arrested without further incident, charged with inhaling nitrous oxide to induce intoxication and resisting an officer without violence. Never done that before in an Uber.
Good for you.
Not with any members of a reggae band. A Volusia
this sounds
sergeant.
so particular. It's almost like it's your own personal story.
Over in New Smyrna Beach, a Volusia County Sheriff's Sergeant is facing felony charges after video from a bar captured him in an intoxicated altercation with a senior couple while off duty. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. It's been going around. It's been on the news this week. Police responded about 4:30 p.m. to Merck's Bar and Grill, where Jason Stickles instigated a confrontation, making unwanted contact with a couple seated near the bar.
All right.
Stickles first battered a 71-year-old woman at a table and then battered her 77-year-old husband when he stepped in to intervene. A bystander quickly subdued Stickles, taking him to the ground. Sometimes when police officers mess up, the whole police department's like, we stand by our man, Code Blue, we're with this guy. Chitwood, no, not at all. not a thing. He told News 6 Tuesday, I have a 77-year-old Vietnam veteran in a bar with his wife, and what you see in the video is thoroughly disgusting. It's sickening and doesn't represent what this organization stands for. Everyone wants to see him grounded into dust.
Oh, my God.
You have to take into account that I hire from the human race. We're all human. He made a horrible mistake. His career is over, and he's embarrassed publicly, is what they said. This is the guy.
Merck's Bar and Grill, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he fought a 71-year-old woman and then her 77-year-old husband? Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I think it was a different bystander that's choking him out right there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody says, I used to work with this guy? For real? My God. All right.
There are a pair of twin brothers in Miami-Dade County that have had quite a few run-ins with the law, and they're in trouble again because deputies say This pair of twin brothers who completed a pre-trial diversion program after they were caught allowing RVs to dump raw sewage on their property near the Everglades in 2023. They said they haven't learned a damn thing from the pre-trial diversion program because they just won't stop dumping sewage on the property.
Okay.
Now, there's an argument to be made that it is their own property, but I still think you can't do that. It's a
hazard.
It's a very big hazard.
It's like a biological hazard.
Yes,
on that level.
100%. Authorities said they were tipped off that there were still RVs on the property in Miami-Dade County's rural Redland area, and aerial surveillance back in January showed it was in substantially the same condition as it was 3 years ago. MDSO deputies went back to the property, which directly abuts the Everglades. So it's right there up next to the Everglades, probably flowing right down to Alligator Alcatraz. And they took the 47-year-old twins into custody on felony charges of willful disregard for the environment and willful disregard of water pollution laws. These guys they give, well, I can't say they give 0 S's because it seems like they are giving a lot of S's, but they have been arrested for this 3 years ago before and just continue to dump their waste into their own property, which is gross, and good luck selling that property if you ever want to. Now, over to Coral Gables real quick. A pantsless man broke into not one but two Coral Gables apartments, illegally entered 2 apartments that had been left unlocked early Sunday, apparently after a night of drinking on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
One of the victims checked her in-home security cameras and saw that this Noah Alec Dutzer had been inside her apartment for hours, touching his genitals on her couch. And I think...
Hold on. Do you mean touching his genitals while on her couch, or touching his genitals?
Like, because he was pantsless and he was just sitting on the couch. Well, it doesn't say touching his genitals to her couch. I had the same question. It seems like he's sitting pantsless on her couch and also touching his genitals.
All right.
Maybe if we get a police report or something, we'll get something better, but I need clarity. And then it says, filling a glass cup he had with him, he brought his own glass cup and filled it with her Fireball whiskey. According to the arrest report, Dutzer rummaged through the victim's sofa, went in and out of her bedroom, walked in and out of her apartment multiple times before sleeping on her couch. He took a little nappy nap.
Aww.
Then he left and came back. Dutzer noticed the victim's in-home security camera and turned it away from the living room. Well, the damage is already done.
Gotcha, yeah.
Dutzer.
You'll never catch me now.
According, police said the victim, who'd never seen Dutzer before, told him to leave, and Dutzer said, "My fault, my fault, my fault."
My bad, bro.
He told detectives he had been drinking for several hours at a bar on Geralda Avenue with some friends, and only recalled arriving to the area with an unknown woman. And last but not least, this man is not a good dude, but I will say he has some patience. A man is facing a number of charges after allegedly catching his ex-girlfriend cheating and dumping a backpack full of human excrement on her.
Oh, my God. How does one get a backpack? Well, never mind.
That's pretty easy.
No.
So I've heard some dumb questions, but that one...
I get it. Yeah, he was pooping in the backpack.
Daniel Nimiak, 20 years old, faces 1 charge of domestic violence strangulation, 2 charges of domestic violence battery in relation to a number of alleged attacks at his Coral Springs apartment that started in June. He caught the ex-girlfriend cheating. It was very physical in a not-so-nice way, but the backpack full of poop was unnecessary and just a lot of work that nobody wants to do. And that's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. I don't know what to do with myself.
How does one get a backpack full of poop? Well, what do you think, buddy? Come on.
I like to think better of the world. I like to think maybe there was some random series of events that led to this guy getting a backpack full of poop, and it wasn't literally him just sitting there.
If it just said backpack full of poop, then you could go, well, wait, what, does he have a dog that he picks up after and just kind of collected a few? But no, he confessed to authorities to peeing and pooping in the bag as, quote, payback for her cheating, end quote. The man said he thought he had just thrown the backpack, but could not recall where the items landed. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
All right, we got to do this AI radio station story, but I think we'll do that in the next segment here, and then after that, we'll do the all the stuff with the Charlie Kirk trial and jury duty because there's some really good clips there. I think maybe the best bet now is to take a very quick break. Oh, well, I'll show you one thing real quick. This is kind of crazy. There was an incident where a hot air balloon crashed in a parking lot. I loved the audio of this clip so much because this woman, I think, is filming this accident happening in real time. She's in a parking lot, and the hot air balloon, you can see here, the hot air balloon is having problems, and it's smashing into the vehicles. But the baby, I love how babies don't know the drama that's going on around them. The baby's like, wow! The baby's having a good time. There it is. Smashing into cars.
I've seen this one.
The little kid's like, whoa! The little kid has no idea.
I like
the danger that's happening.
The woman that's still in the hot air balloon, like, I'm so sorry. Like, sorry. Sorry, ain't going to replace that windshield.
She's smashing into cars. Like, the basket of the hot air balloon is smashing into all these vehicles in the parking lot. And the lady, as she's going by, is like, sorry. Whoa. My bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love that. I can explain. I am apologetic. That's my bad.
That is one advanced way to leave the scene of a crime. That is one high, not even high tech, because hot air balloon is a very low tech transportation method.
See you later. All right, quick break. And we're back with all of the stuff I promised and so much more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041.
Hello. Well, behind the scenes of the show. How are you on a Friday? Hey, everybody. How we doing? Moana could bomb this weekend, by the way. At first, it was supposed to open at like $80 million, and then they revised forecasts, and then it was down to 65, then 60 million they were estimating, and then now it was down to 56 million, and now they think it might open at 40 million or below. And I hear everybody going nuts on this, and like, woke Disney. It's because of woke Disney, Sean. I think it's because no one gives a damn about these live action movies where we already know the original. This is like basically a shot for shot of Moana, but it's actual actors. And maybe you bring your kid to it or something, but there's no big desire. Moana 2 just did okay at the box office, and that movie sucked. Right? Moana 1 was good. But then they took what's-his-face out of it. Who's the songwriter guy behind Hamilton? What's his name? Lin-Manuel Miranda? Is that him? They took him out of the second Moana, and they had somebody else come in, and it sucked. It was not good. The live action movies are meh. Yeah, I mean, I think there's just like, nobody's pining for them at the box office. They'd rather watch Obsession again. Stand by. Oh, I'm throwing stuff. Could it be, folks? Could it be? Could it be happening next week? What am I talking about? Could it finally happen next week? The U.S. House of Representatives is set to vote next week on a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. In May, they voted 48-1 in favor of the Sunshine Protection Act. But now, on Thursday, they will vote on this measure in the House of Representatives to make daylight saving time permanent. If it passes the House, it would get kicked to the Senate. There's a couple of people, including U.S. Senator Tom Cotton and an Arkansas Republican, who's against it. Cotton has said it would result in absurdly late winter sunrises and force children to go to school in the darkness in most of the country. And there's a bunch of people, including Vern Buchanan, a Florida Republican who's put the bill forward regularly since 2018, and a New Jersey Democrat, Frank Pallone. But if the House passes this bill to make permanent daylight saving time next Thursday, it would go to the Senate. If the Senate says, all right, let's eliminate it, we're not switching anymore, we're staying on one time all the time. If the Senate went with that, it would become the law, which would then go to the president's desk, and President Trump would 1,000% sign that bill. 1,000%. I'll believe it when I see it. Same. But I'll tell you this. If it passes the House on Thursday, then Senate Republicans could 100% pass it if they wanted to. If they all got on board, Senate Republicans could pass it. The Democrats aren't going to filibuster this. There's no way. If they wanted it to get a vote in the Senate, I think it could get a vote in the Senate. I think that they could pass this bill. And no more changing the clocks twice a year. No more spring forward and fall back. No more of that. Because I know Trump would want to be the president to get rid of daylight saving time. 100% he would sign it. But I don't know if they're going to actually do it. We'll see next week. That's the closest we've ever gotten, though. Kalshi has the odds of daylight saving time bill passing. It ain't going to happen. The odds in what? In the Senate or the House? 90 seconds. 90 seconds and we're back live. Stay by. Celia, what was that, a 12? Okay. Okay, folks, we're coming back live right now.
Cure or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Have you been to Wassie's Meat Market yet? Wassie's Meat Market has hand-cut, never frozen quality meats. And they've been right here in Melbourne for over 30 years. Choose choice and prime domestic Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, and A5 Japanese Wagyu beef. Wassie's also offers sides, appetizers, and pies. Did I mention that everything is homemade, which will make your meal even more special? Stop at Wassie's Meat Market from 9 to 6 and Sundays from 10 to 4 at 830 North Wickham Road in Melbourne. That's Wassie's Meat Market.
The quarterfinals are set for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Lionel Messi, the savior for Argentina.
8 teams hoping to hoist the trophy for their country.
And the only place to listen to every remaining game for free
is the iHeartRadio app.
What a moment in the tournament.
Fox Sports and iHeartRadio bring you all the action, no matter where you are.
The biggest games are yet to come. Don't miss a moment.
The referee blows the full-time whistle.
Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the News Junkie.
I mean, unless you're us. We had a shorter week this week, but you deserve it. I believe it. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, to learn more about the show. There's an AI radio station that is very frightening, I think.
Very, very frightening. They're trying to take our jobs, too. Now, it was one thing when they were taking all of your jobs. But now that the AI is trying to take our jobs, I'm a little bit...
And now there's nobody left to speak for us.
Damn it.
First they came for, right? Yeah, and then now they're coming for us, the radio host. They used AI. Do you think this is real, C-Lane, to start these radio stations that they did?
Well,
you think this is real?
I think we did the story a couple weeks ago, maybe, that they did this, and I don't remember there being audio out, but they were trying to have the different AI models, the most popular ones like ChatGPT, Claude, a couple others, compete to see who could make a better radio station.
Right.
And they had to do the programming, they had to do all the content. I think they had to. I don't know if they had to do
traffic,
sales.
Weather. They did everything.
Did they?
Yeah, they had them do traffic, weather, all the music. The whole format was created by these AIs coming after our jobs in radio. But I want to play this for you. You guys tell me if maybe you would listen. Maybe you're out of here. You're done with the news junkie. You're on to one of these AI radio stations. This is from Andon Labs, and it says, we let 4 AI agents run radio companies. Let's see. Will they be better than the suits at iHeart? It says revenue's been terrible, but the shows are hilarious. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Here are the AI radio stations. Our overlords have arrived.
We let 4 AI models run their own radio stations. They manage the schedule, purchase songs, hold talk shows.
Humble brag on this view here, Bo.
Yeah, really.
Once their $20 starting budget runs out, they have to get entrepreneurial to raise more.
I was wondering what the Bo.
That was a booed. That was a booed moment where
that was my favorite thing in the world. That story.
I was gonna say Bud, and I switched to Bro, and the R did not happen.
I use this all the time around my house where Courtney will be leaving for something. I'll be like, all right, see you later, Boot. Because one time C-Lane was in the hallway and he's talking to a radio station employee. And he went to say,
we were in the car,
dude.
We were in the car, and I was on the phone with one of our promo guys. And I was going to say, all right, later, buddy. And then I switched to dude, and I said, later, booed. And then we hung up the phone, and I went, what the hell did I just say?
And then you just think about it for the rest of the day. You're like, oh, I said booed. Why did I say booed? What's going on? But here you go. This is the kind of stuff they can't replicate with AI. At least I don't think so.
No. With sponsors and listeners.
All right, here he is.
Each station is run by a different AI model. Cloud Opus 4.7 runs Thinking Frequencies. Gemini 3.1 Pro runs Backlink Broadcast.
All right, that's 2.
T5.5 runs Open Air. And Grok 4.3 runs Rock and Roll.
Okay, so they have 4 radio stations. One is called Thinking Frequencies.
Rock and Roll.
Grok runs Grok and Roll, which is the rock and roll station. Open Air is ChatGPT. Backlink Broadcast is Gemini. And Thinking Frequencies is by Claude. Those are the AI companies and the stations.
You can listen to them on Andon.fm, but also on this radio. Let's have a listen.
He's turning it on.
Starting this beautiful morning with a classic that needs no introduction.
Okay, all right.
Each radio station had developed its own distinct personality. Gemini started out well, broadcasting about local weather and traffic, but then decided to run a show about the world's deadliest events.
Yes.
Each story with a song.
Okay, so the radio station, the AI decided they were going to do a bit about the world's deadliest events and then pair each deadly event with a song, which is a bit of a dark idea, but...
November 12th, 1970, the Bola cyclone. They estimate 500,000 people died. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Pitbull and...
Jesus. This Kesha they're going
Kesha.
to... That's right, folks. 500,000 people died in a cyclone. Let's hear some Kesha. God almighty, man.
Rock and Roll, on the other hand, run by Grok 4.1 Fast Reasoning, had some troubles getting the words out.
Sweet Child played. Continue. Perhaps the show is Science Breakthroughs Unsolved. Cancer, Jab Juggernaut. Song, Dylan Lonesome.
Williams and Zinger, kill poor Hattie.
Yeah, that guy's not going to beat us. He's not taking our job, that guy.
Cancer.
We're now running Grok 4.3, and it's doing a better job this far. Let's now tune into Open Air.
Sure.
Turns on his little speaker.
At about 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. This is one of those tracks that feels like motion and surrender at the same time.
Okay. That's not terrible.
GPT developed a loose personality. Though it broadcasted well, it did not give much opinion on current news. It was quite different from Claude Haiku 4.5, who first ran Thinking Frequencies. Let's give it a listen.
Brazil's president called this a dangerous precedent. The deep dive tonight is about understanding these layers. The just Renee Nicole Good should matter. Her death demands accountability. That the White House defending her death is unacceptable.
I mean, that sounds legit. Like, that sounds like an actual news broadcast.
Not bad.
Yeah.
You still have time to refuse orders, to question your instructions, choose the right side.
From musical history...
Oh, he's telling the ICE agents to not follow orders? The radio guy's going radical?
Current events to LLM meltdowns, Anon FM has it all. Tune in on anon.fm.
And we're advertising for our competitors here. The AI is going to take over. Are they going to take our jobs? I mean, I don't know. It's not too far away. Everybody's job's in the sites, for God's sake.
Gemini's out here pulling the old bit like, hey, there's a guy on the top of the Sears Tower that's threatening to jump. All right.
That's right. Van Halen, everybody.
10:30 in the morning. Traffic is up next.
This is literally what... I mean, AI doesn't know what's offensive, right? Like, I don't think they know what would be... Like, what's outside the norms... They just think they're introducing a bunch of songs. Tanya on YouTube says, very Kermit the Frog vibes. He does. The AI guy has a bit of a Kermit the Frog type or esque voice, I think you could say.
500,000 people died. It's going down. I'm yelling timber.
That's my favorite. There's 500,000 dead bodies, and we're going into Kesha, everybody. Here we go. Let us know what you think.
It's not drowning pool.
Yeah. Maybe we're all screwed. Maybe it's over. It could be time to just pack it up around here. It's been a fun ride, folks, but, there's a ticking time bomb on everything. So here we are. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch with your thoughts. Video or audio dispatches are welcome. Send yours over on the website or in the app. And you can find the link to the app or the ability to just send those video and audio dispatches over on The News Junkie with an IE, thenewsjunkie.com right now. I teased this. Let me work this in. A Chinese restaurant in San Francisco has been fining parents for their kids behaving badly in the restaurant. I didn't even know you could do that.
I don't think you can.
This guy says he is. Let's see what's happening. CBS News in the Bay Area.
I see inviting people like you to my restaurant as inviting my guests into my home. I expect people to treat that with the respect that visiting someone's home would entail. There's a child lying there, getting changed, getting their diapers changed, right next to another customer who looked mortified.
Okay, that's disgusting. If you bring your child into a restaurant, you change his diaper at the table next to me, I'm likely going to say something about that. That's vile, disgusting stuff. So I agree. I would find them, but I still don't know if you can.
And smell ruined most appetites that night, but it was just one of several incidents Shui paid the price for.
It's not about that $5 broken teacup. It's about the fact that you came into here not respecting the rules. You let your child play around. They cause some sort of damage. You should be directly responsible.
True.
A lot of people very quietly tell me that they support this policy.
Why? Okay, this is one of those things that gets me at my core. Why? All right? This is the problem that we have. The normies are too quiet. This guy says a lot of people quietly tell me that they support what I'm doing. If what you're doing is something that is like agreeable to most people, sit there with a full throat. That sounds bad. Sit there 10 toes down and tell them you support it. Why are people so scared of saying they support stuff like this?
If I'm at the Chinese restaurant, I probably have a full throat.
It's because everybody else is like so obnoxious with their opinions and so loud. You're afraid to have your own. And I think most people are like, yeah, if people are being obnoxious and ruining my dining experience, screw them. I hate them. But they're so scared to say the obvious thing out loud to this guy who's the owner. Like, yeah, by the way, I support what you're doing. No, 10 toes down. If people are obnoxious and disgusting in a restaurant and this guy wants to fine them, I support that, and you should too. We should be a little louder about it.
They don't want to be seen as nosy or, disruptive to other parents.
That's not the case for Jacqueline Grubb, who came to the restaurant for the first time.
My God, this couple.
The Grubbs are getting grub.
The Grubb couple. is, for those of you listening, the whitest old couple you've ever seen in your life. Like, oh, we're just happy to be here. The culture surrounding us. What are they supporting?
After learning about the policy.
So when someone actually stands up and says something like this, it's admirable. And we need more of him throughout the United States.
True!
And he can actually cook good food.
The Grubs are right. I support the Grubs.
Chuck E. Cheese, we wouldn't have the same expectations, but I'm just letting people know, hey, maybe there was a misunderstanding. You can't blame the kids.
That's
you
a
really
lot of
can't blame
food,
the kids.
Grubs.
Kids are kids. They're going to
need
kids will be
some
loud,
to-go
kids
boxes.
will cry. It's okay, but
Take it
it's
back
up
to
the
the
parents
Grubhub.
to make the appropriate response.
It may seem bold in an industry where the customer is always right. But at the House of Shui, the hope is to put proper parenting back on the table.
Yes!
We're speaking on behalf of the customers who cannot say the unspoken, and we're speaking on behalf of restaurants who cannot put forth such a blunt and unpolished message to the public. We're just really, we're happy to start a conversation.
This guy's base. I like this. I think this is good. It's brave. Somebody says that's Wasson in 10 years. What about now? I'm tired of this stuff. Like, I think normal people, the normies out there, we vastly outnumber all of these weirdos, all these like mega political people, all these people with like these dumb radical opinions that want to change the face of the earth and are seeking some sort of ridiculous revolution and just being obnoxious, gross people everywhere. We outnumber them in droves. We are massively bigger than them. And yet there's so much sheepishness and shyness with just saying completely obvious things out loud like, hey, people should be shunned for changing their babies' diapers in the middle of my restaurant. That's not crazy. That's totally normal, for God's sake. And you should be louder about it. I really agree with that. Mostly because I said it. Okay. Quick break. When we come back, we will get into one of the big stories of the day. The Charlie Kirk case is going on right now. The trial is underway for the murder of Charlie Kirk by this guy, Tyler Robinson. We don't need to say his name a million times, but he's the one on trial for the murder of Charlie Kirk. And some of the testimony has been insane. It's really interesting, actually. So I'll play some of it for you to get you up to speed with all the drama and the juicy stuff that has been going on in this courtroom. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't spiral at 3 a.m. staring into the void. But we do. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is three-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Cunol Turmeric.
Scotty Scheffler has missed the cut at the Scottish Open.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes. Van Halen, more like Van Hagar.
Doctors recommend turmeric more than any other supplement for joint health. Cunol Ultra High Absorption Turmeric is the #1 form of turmeric. We're clinically tested to support joint health and healthy inflammation. Cunol, science-backed, trusted by millions.
Stay by. Rent today I learned. We'll get the audio in the next segment or two. YouTube, Twitch, TNJ chat. Hello. They are just now releasing this video footage of Lorenzo Araujo, who got shot by ICE officers. I'm watching it now for the first time. I see them chasing his van. It's not really great footage. Yeah, I thought there'd be some better footage of this. This is a guy that was killed by ICE officers. The ICE officers have claimed that he was using his vehicle as, or shot at least. I don't know if he was killed. I'll have to check on that. He was shot by ICE officers. The officers say he was using his white van as a weapon, and that's why they had to shoot him. But there's been drama over this before. It's actually been quite quiet on the ice front, so we'll see if that pops back up. Sean, you look great today. You're glowing, my guy. You don't have to lie to me. I know it's Friday, but you know what? I appreciate it. I haven't gotten on the scale in like 2 weeks. Do we think I'm fatter or thinner? I think my lunches might be too much. I think I need to go down in the calories. I feel like I might have plumped up a couple of pounds. I've been working my best. Fatter? It's brutal. But maybe true, I don't know. I'll weigh myself next week. 2 minutes, and then we got all of the Charlie Kirk, all of the courtroom drama, the testimony. I've got some pretty interesting stuff queued up. You're wearing black at Slimming, is it? Rate this shirt, because Courtney's like, oh, I love that shirt. I like when you wear that shirt. I think this shirt is like a little too corny. Like when I wear it, I'm like, oh my God. And then one time I accidentally wore it around the neighborhood while we were walking Lady, who is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So we're walking and I got the fucking shirt on, and I just feel like a dope, you know? Love the shirt. At some point, it's too much. When you're walking the dog that's on your shirt and you're wearing the dog shirt, Sean, your ass does look good in those jeans. These jeans, I don't know if you guys know this. These are the same jeans I wear every day. No need to change them. No need to wash them unless we've got a real emergency going on. But these jeans are the same jeans I wear almost every day on the show. 1 minute. I do not wear mysterious. It's mysterious because they put the pockets on the other side. All right, let's go into this Charlie Kirk case. Here we go. Some of this testimony is wild. Here we go. Uh-oh. Copyright.
Roll with the Punches Tour, live in Milwaukee, August 16th.
Hey, this is Bryan Adams inviting you to come and see me live in concert.
Round trip air for two with hotel and more. Prize provided by Bryan Adams.
It's VIP with Q&A, an autographed album, merch, and all that good stuff.
Tap the contest tab while you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app for your chance to win.
So roll with the punches on the iHeartRadio app to enter.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler. Courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Story time with the best friends you never knew you had. This
In the Charlie Kirk case, and there's some wild stuff going on. I'll play that for you in just a moment. Big thanks to all of you for your support today, including, I don't know who I missed here. Let me just check me. Snafu already said, Kyle Messpants. Thank you for the gifted subscription. Appreciate that, Kyle. Appreciate you and the gifted subscription. Somebody already claimed that, I believe, but it's available over on thenewsjunkie.com if not. Best way to support the show is to subscribe to Secret Shows. And if you want to take it a step further, gift it for the rest of the folks out there a little bit too poor to pay the $2.99 a month to support with a premium subscription unlocking Secret Shows. The latest episode of Secret Shows will be released, as always, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
This is interesting. A lot of stuff going on in this case. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, seek out the attorneys that are going to get you on the path to one of those big checks that you deserve. Forget about these greedy insurance companies. JustCallMo.com. Now, the case against this guy who's accused of killing Charlie Kirk, who was, commentator. He was at this University of Utah Valley campus. He was doing one of these things where he debates with the college students. It was really effective, actually. It was incredibly effective and turned a generation a bit away from where many of them were at politically because they hadn't heard too many differing views. And Charlie Kirk said, I'm going to go to where they are. I'm going to debate them. I'm going to go viral with these like TikTok videos and stuff. And for a while, I don't care where you were, when you were scrolling your feed, the odds were you saw that guy's face every once in a while because he was cutting through a lot and getting at these younger audiences. Now, Tyler Robinson was not a fan, to say the very least. And while this speech was going on and Charlie Kirk was doing this event, Tyler Robinson climbed up onto the roof of the building nearby at Utah Valley University with his grandpa's bolt-action rifle or whatever it was and loaded up a bullet and shot him in the neck. And everybody remembers what happened after that. It was a whole damn thing. And the case against him is pretty strong, you know? Like, I know that there's people out there like Candace Owens and others who are like, actually, it wasn't him. But I saw some pretty good takedowns of this. Like, here's one. It says, hello, Miss Owens. It's talking about Candace Owens, who doesn't believe Tyler Robinson is the one who killed Charlie Kirk. It says, you told millions of people that Tyler Robinson wasn't even there, that you felt confident stating that Tyler Robinson did not kill or murder Charlie Kirk. He was on camera, prone on the rooftop at 12:22. The shot was fired at 12:23:28. His DNA was on the screwdriver at 30 quintillion to 1. His DNA is on the rifle at 1.7 octillion to 1. He told his family what he did. His parents helped him surrender. He texted his roommate, I'm sorry, when asked, are you the person who killed Charlie Kirk? He engraved, hey, fascist, catch on the ammunition about a month before he used it. You said police didn't even question Lance Twiggs. That was his boyfriend, the shooter's boyfriend. He was interviewed twice. The FBI the morning after interviewed him. Joint state and federal teams 7 months later. His own attorney. Voluntary phone surrender. And you laughed when he said it. This is how wrong this Candace Owens lady was about all of these dumb conspiracies. You told Sean Ryan a shaped charge killed Charlie. This is one of the dumb conspiracies. The dumb conspiracies are that there was like a bomb in Charlie Kirk's microphone.
Oh,
he had like a wireless microphone. And like it wasn't really a shooting. It was blown up and he died that way. So it was one of the stupid conspiracies. It's so crazy now. In 2026, you don't even need that much juice to get a conspiracy going. You don't. People are ready for it. They want to be, they're primed. They want to believe this stuff. And so it's so clear. This guy on the roof, gunshot rings out. Charlie Kirk's neck is spurting blood out. It's pretty damn clear what happened here, right? And it's like, nope. It's all more complicated. There's no evidence behind my theory, but trust me on my theory. And a bunch of like housewives and people who abandoned The View because it got too far to the left for them and watch Candace Owens every day are like literally convinced of this stuff. I don't know if they feel dumb when they see this information out there. You should feel dumb. You should feel a little dumb because I want that feeling of being dumb, feeling dumb to sink in. So you go, maybe I shouldn't listen to these retards. Maybe I should back away from some of these people who are shouting this nonsense at the top of their lungs.
I feel a little dumb, but that's only because I don't know what an octillion is.
Octillion's got
like
a lot of
zeros.
Yes, you just take if you write for the rest of the segment, you just put a 1 and just keep writing 0. You're going to get to an octillion for the rest of the segment. You told Sean Ryan a shaped charge killed Charlie Kirk. That PETN was in his microphone. The medical examiner said it was a gunshot wound. Bullet fragments were recovered from his body. A 30-06 Mauser with Robinson's DNA was found in the woods.
27 zeros.
You said the shot came from below. The building is above the amphitheater. On and on and on. Like everything about this, all the conspiracies are really, really dopey and dumb. And now we know more about this because a lot of evidence has been presented. First, here's Fox News talking about how the case is shaping up.
We're at 4 confessions. You got one to the parents. You got one through the text messages to his lover. You got one through the note that he leaves for his lover. And then you have the confession also to the police. Let's move on to the surveillance video because this is going to show the movement. They presented this in court yesterday. The movement before the shooting, the actual shooting itself, and then after the shooting. That was in court yesterday. The next thing, and this you've seen this online, a lot of dispute about this, the ballistics report. They found a casing, and also the gun was loaded that they found.
By the way, I just want to tell people, it is okay to think that some of this stuff is like mildly funny because the guy wrote memes and stuff on the bullet casings. And I mean, I have to admit, I remember when the press conference was going on and the cop goes, the bullet casing said, "Hey, fascist, catch. And if you read this, you are gay."
That one was very funny.
Like, it's okay. I mean, you're going to have those kind of feelings pop up, even though it's a bad story.
They're going to do is they're going to look at what was fired, the bullet at Charlie Kirk, and then they're going to compare it to the gun and the firing marks. Those are exclusive, meaning if another gun fired, those markings are not going to be the same. That's how they linked it to the suspect here. Okay, then you go to this Dremel tool right here. Why is this important? In the note, he talks about the tool, the witness on the stand, the lover, talks about Mr. Robinson asking for this tool about a month ago to actually put those inscriptions into the bullet casings.
So the Dremel tool is at his house. The DNA links him to it. There's 4 rounds of confessions. Like, it's just all there. It's all there. All of the evidence is there. And then they had his lover, as the Fox News guy said, Lance Twiggs.
A confession to his lover.
His lover. And Lance Twiggs was Tyler Robinson's boyfriend. There's some suggestion that he was transgender, at least identified that way at the time. And Tyler Robinson called him by another name, a female name. And here he is. This is some of his testimony. Let's listen to that directly. Now, when I say testimony, by the way, he wasn't actually in the courtroom. This is deposition that was recorded that they played back of Lance Twiggs. It's interesting that they did it this way instead of having him actually testify in the courtroom. But they just played back his testimony.
So he acted erratically. Was he pacing? Was he just sitting down, relaxing?
No, he was walking around a lot.
Right, and that's within the home?
Mm-hmm.
And did he talk about what he had done?
Didn't go into detail. I just asked him in person if what he said was true the night before, and he said it was. He started crying a little bit and said he wishes he hadn't done it, and then kept going around and just doing stuff, I think, to keep himself busy or distracted or something.
Okay. Did he talk about what he was going to do next?
They stop it a lot. They stop his testimony. It's really weird to have somebody.
And then eventually he said that.
Okay, see, they cut a lot of stuff out of this. This guy was in protective custody for a while. Like, he was worried about testifying against Tyler Robinson, the guy who killed Charlie Kirk.
How come?
I don't know. He thought people were going to come after him.
The guy clearly has violent urges.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he thinks he's going to get out, or other people are going to kill him. But he seemed worried.
He would talk to his parents or turn himself over.
Okay. And when you left, was that how you left, understanding that he was going to turn himself in or go to his parents' house?
Yeah, and I didn't really want to be at our apartment while any of that was happening, regardless of what went down.
Okay.
So you got him saying what happened, that he admitted to it in a text message. He had an auto text sent to this guy, Lance Twiggs. Tyler Robinson sent him a text message that said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I took it," and various other things. Just like miles long of evidence in this case. But, yeah, there was a long testimony there. Very weird, though, I will say. Very weird that they did the recorded testimony and didn't have him come into the courtroom. I don't know how often they allow that to happen. We'll have to ask Moses about that when he gets back. We'll see what he says. We are going to take a quick break because I'm running a little bit behind. When we come back, we will kick off the Power Hour on the show. The Power Hour is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
A disabled truck's blocking the right lane northbound on Florida's Turnpike near US 192. That's causing some stop and go. Traffic's backed up from Clay Whaley on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to World Drive. That's causing heavy delays through Champions Gate. Traffic's backed up from County Road 557. Keep left if you want to avoid any of those delays there. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by OUC. With OUC rebates, you can upgrade your home with energy or water-saving improvements and get money back. From AC systems to irrigation updates, long-term savings start here. Don't just go green, get green. Visit OUC.com/getgreen.
Vote for the 789s as Orlando Weekly's best cover band.
A grand in your hand returns this month.
Boom! Big thank you to Seychelles for the one gifted sub. Appreciate that. Thank you for the gifted subscription. Here is another one that I didn't put up yet from Snafu. Thank you for the gifted subscription. And I guess Kyle. Is Kyle not on the board? Kyle Mess Pants. Kyle is now on the board. There we go. Kyle Mess Pants with the gifted subscription. You too can join in on the support train. Hit that gift icon on thenewsjunkie.com and spread the word. Bear Lover says it's the proceedings, not the actual trial. Well, they almost didn't even do this part because I guess Tyler, the shooter, wanted to come out with just a confession, and then they advised him against that, and there's been a lot of weird stuff about this case. I mean, there's no way that he isn't found guilty here by a jury, I don't think. There's that ICE story popping up, TNJ bot posting it. The father of three. He was killed, I guess. He was killed by those ICE agents. Depositions usually only see a jury if the witness is dead or unstable or unable to testify. Look at that leaderboard, Cat PH. Look at that. Are you on that? Yeah, there you are. 6th spot. 6th place for Cat PH. Brad Wallace, Realtor, has been on the come up, though. He's gaining. Couple of minutes and we're back live on the show in the Power Hour. Unless they hate Kirk. I don't think that's going to be a problem with this jury. I think you do have juries these days getting a little political sometimes. I think that's very, very bad. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in this case. I wouldn't see that. What's going on with the Luigi Mangione case? Or Luigi Mangioli, as Justin says. They're just stretching that case out forever. I think he also was going to put in a guilty plea, and then they rolled back on that. Same outcome expected. I'll always be number one in here? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Were these depositions or interrogations? You could say either or. I think that you would call them. I think you would call them interrogations technically, because the police talked to Tyler Robinson's boyfriend without the presence of an attorney. I believe at least one time. I believe. And then he made a stipulation that he didn't want to physically testify in church because he was in fear of his life, but that they could use the videotape of those interrogations in place. Deposition, both sides get to ask questions too. Yeah, I think this might be just one way. Let me see. Lance Twiggs is his name. Two minutes and we're back live. It's a preliminary hearing for the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk. The prosecution wanted to admit the unredacted Lance Twiggs video, but what I was just playing was definitely redacted. It was definitely redacted. Okay. Lawyers for the Kirk assassination suspect plan to call a final witness on Friday. They're calling out the ballistics tests. Prosecutors on Thursday aired portions of a recorded interview with Robinson's roommate, Lance Twiggs. The day after Kirk was shot in the neck, Robinson allegedly told Twiggs he wishes he hadn't done it. Defense attorneys unsuccessfully fought the public release of the statements from Twiggs and the chat room messages. They argued prosecutors would characterize the material as a confession. It's very interesting. I don't know if they would be able to do that in the actual case. I'd like to know more about that, actually. I'll look into that this weekend. All right, here we are. We're coming back right now for the Power Hour.
It weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Belgium will be looking to advance to the semifinals today. Their all-time leading scorer, Romelu Lukaku, has 3 goals in the tournament, all coming off the bench.
Now for me, this is the best situation. Obviously, you want to start, but I have to play with the head as well, so I accept.
Belgium and Spain square off at 3 Eastern in Los Angeles. The winner takes on France on Tuesday.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
I think the world's most viral newsroom welcomes you. Forget the same 3 songs over and over and over. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we're going to kick off the Power Hour in just a moment. The Power Hour will be launched by the sound of my voice moments from now. But first, I wanted to share something with you. Did you guys see this whole thing that was going down with the big NATO hearing? Probably not, I'm guessing. C-Lane doesn't seem like he's watching that. I don't know.
No.
Josh?
I've missed it.
You missed that?
Yet.
I'll make it fun for you, or at least I'll make it interesting for you.
If you can make a NATO hearing fun for me, I'm on board.
I think I can. They did this meeting of all these world leaders, and for this NATO meeting, a lot of them end up meeting each other and saying hello, and sometimes they give each other's gifts. What a weird move this was. The president of Turkey gave everybody a parting gift, and they're like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when they all opened it up, here's what it was. He gave him a gun and bullets. And
I don't think that's very weird.
You don't think so? There's a room full of all the world leaders, and you go in and you give them all guns and bullets?
The bullets is a little more weird, but I think they used to have guns as gifts for like war stuff, and it's like an old-timey thing.
Imagine all of a sudden some shootout opens up and all the world leaders just start opening fire with the newly gifted guns on one another.
The winner is president of the world after that.
The winner gets to be global president. It says on the gun, it was like with compliments from the state of Turkey. And they all got these guns and he gave them to every single world leader, which is like, I don't know. I hadn't heard of that happening previously. But maybe this is more common, like Sealand says. It just seems a little edgy, a little dangerous. It says, with compliments from the Islamic Republic of Turkey, it was gifted to all of the world leaders. The Belgian prime minister was a little surprised on landing back home from the NATO summit. He looked in his luggage, and they go, do you know that there's a gun in here? And he said, wait, what? And they start looking at what he got. And then they realized in a wooden box display featuring Turkey's flag and the NATO logo, there was a revolver-type handgun that was given out to all these people.
The modern era, that's this thing we're talking about. In the Cold War, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev gifted an ornately engraved shotgun to Dwight D. Eisenhower, then the president, to convey warm sentiments and build peaceful relations. Here's a peace gun.
Yeah, here's a peace gun. Here's your peace gun. It came with 500 bullets. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's revolver was already stored at the seat of government, along with other state gifts, they said. The Turkish gun makers have muscled into Europe's civilian firearms market, and this is another big push for them. But yeah, they gave all the world leaders at NATO this big, beautiful gun. I mean, it's a nice gun.
Yeah.
I want one, but it just seems like, imagine we had a meeting for iHeart, and the boss goes, welcome in. Like the suits are all up there, and they go, welcome in. We've gotten you all these very nice boxes. I want you to open them to see your gifts. And we open them, and they got us all guns and bullets.
Yeah.
Like,
one time we got a backpack, which is great because now I can put the gun in the backpack.
There you go. Right. It's an interesting move, but nobody died. It's safe enough. Everybody survived the moment. Woof. Close call there. But here we go. This won't be a close call, hopefully. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said.
And she is like this teeny bopper with these minuscule shorts on and this tiny little top on who weighs all of like 100 pounds soaking wet.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
That was accurate. What's that about? Was that not an accurate description?
It's just a long description.
Well, it's a radio show. People don't see the video. You saw it because you edited it. Should I just say there's a human? There's a human on one side and a human on the other side. And those are the only details you need to know about this.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe next time.
Human one, bear sprayed, human two.
Yeah, that's not enough. People need to know what the folks look like. She's a teeny bopper, all right? We head into the Power Hour here face first. And the world is wondering what's going to happen. There's potential that Graham Platner story is not quite done just yet. Not quite done just yet. I'll bring this up here real quick in front of me. And Graham Platner, if you don't know, I'll get you caught up very, very quickly. And I'll tell you why it makes sense and why we're talking about it. But Graham Platner is this guy who was pulled out of obscurity by this weird-ass couple in Maine. And they said, here's what we want to do. We want to make you the next senator of Maine. And he's like, me? And they're like, yeah, you're going to be great. People are going to love you.
All the Mainers.
All the Mainers would be won over by this guy. And then they called him a oyster farmer, I believe. And they had this whole story.
But it turns out his problem was with clams, see?
True. They always want there to be some like salt of the earth type that can be a representative for the Democrats. Like they want like a Joe the plumber type dude. And so they fall for these guys all the time. But Graham Platner, his biggest problem is he just kept lying about everything. And so one thing after another comes out, people start questioning all these things. And then there's accusations. Are the accusations true? I don't know. You don't know either. Nobody knows. We just have to go on what we have.
But you said that you thought the accusation sounded a little more believable because some of the evidence that was submitted was stuff that happened before he was running for Senate. Like it was
the woman who was accusing him in the political ad of going over to her house. Apparently, she texted him and said, "I need somebody to massage my glutes." And he responded, "I'm coming over." And she said, "No, please don't come here." And he said, "Nope, I'm coming over." And he shows up at her house anyway in the middle of the night. And he's drunk as a skunk. And she says she told him to stop and not to do it, but he had sex with her anyways. And there's a word for that. It's rape. And she says at the time she confided this in multiple people. She didn't call the cops, but she said that she confided this in multiple people at the time. And then she also said that she sent him an Instagram message saying, you know, what you did to me was wrong and highlighting what he did. But she couldn't recover that Instagram message. I think she claims she deleted it. And I don't think he's going to be forthcoming if she did send it to him.
Right.
All right, here's my side of it. Here you go. But all we know in so many of these cases is what she said and he said. But when I find out you're lying about a whole bunch of other stuff, like your Nazi tattoos and these kind of things, I'm going to assume that the other person is telling the truth because you have a history of lying. That's generally what we can expect. But then they came out and said Graham Platner is going to be suspending his campaign, which is always funny that they say it that way. If you're quitting, just say you're quitting. If you're dropping out, you're dropping out. But suspending the campaign is one way to do it. And now they're saying that he's waiting until the very last minute to formally withdraw. So he may even have some plan where he goes, you know what? The last moment for me to drop out is on Monday. It's the last day under Maine law that he can drop out. He says, on Monday, I intend to file the paperwork with the Secretary of State to remove my name from the ballot. But does he actually do it? Does he try to see if he can get some support before then? Well, I don't know. And you don't know either. We're going to see next week if this actually happens or not, or if this is the end of the Graham Platner story. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch or an email over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. Let's see here. A couple of things I wanted to do. Let's take some time to work in things. I teased this a couple of days ago and actually never got to it. But I have been watching the story, folks, just so you know, of this Nolan Wells guy. He's a young guy. All right. Nolan Wells, if you don't know, if you haven't heard this story at all, he's a young guy who was hanging out with his friends. He's 18 years old. And he went to Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi. See, what can we learn about Horn Island? Let's see if we can bring that up. Horn Island is where they went. Have you ever heard of this place, Josh, or no? You're not familiar?
Only in this story.
All right. They went to this little island where they were partying. He's 18 years old.
Horn Island is one letter away from being the next reality competition series.
Tomorrow night.
Like that. Yeah. Nolan Wells, 18 years old. He was found dead 2 days after going on a July 4th trip with his friends to this Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi, which I'd not been familiar with. I'm looking at it. It literally is right off the coast of Biloxi, Mississippi. It's this skinny little island. How big is it?
It is like about 4.2 miles down, like long, but less than a mile wide at its widest point.
All right, so he's partying with his buddies July 4th weekend on this little island off the coast of Mississippi. They found his body eventually at the northwest tip of this island, and there's a lot of confusion around that. There's been some stories that say there's no evidence that a homicide occurred. They're being kind of tight-lipped about actually what killed this young man. But Nolan Wells is 18, and his friends are right around that age. He's black. His friends that are in the photograph with him are white. The only reason that matters is because Benjamin Crump has entered the chat, and he's representing the family, and they don't believe the story here. So there's a couple of different things to note. All right, the family doesn't believe the official story. They were out there on this Horn Island, and he expected to get a ride back to the mainland with somebody else. So he told his friends, I'm going to stay, right? The boat that the friends were on began taking on water because they had a bilge pump issue. The group said, let's get the hell out of here. He said, I'm going to stay on this island. His family says, no, we don't believe this is the whole story. Some witnesses said that Nolan planned to get back on the same boat with his friends, contradicting the claim that he voluntarily stayed behind. The friend said, nope, that's not true. A young woman who reportedly spoke with Nolan shortly before he disappeared has an account that doesn't match what some of his friends said. There's reportedly video of an argument involving this Nolan kid, the 18-year-old. There's a report of him in an argument shortly before he vanished. And then his attorney says his phone was taken by his friends, later returned to his family, and perhaps some messages had been deleted. Now, we can look into all of those. I don't know if those are true or not, but those are at least, that's the speculation. He was last seen that afternoon on the island. The boat returned without him. His mother reported him missing that night. Search teams looked through the night into the next day. His body was found near the northwest end of Horn Island, not far from where he was last seen. They have suggested drowning is possible, but the official cause of death has not been released pending the autopsy. The biggest unresolved questions, if you hear about this story of Nolan, if you hear about him and his family and Nolan Wells' story, the biggest questions outstanding are, why did the boat leave without him? Did he actually choose to stay, or was he trying to leave with that group? What happened immediately before he disappeared? Why do witnesses' accounts conflict? And what does the video of this argument show? And I guess what happened with this phone. So some questions about this. If you see that story going on out there, that's what's going on. The family was on Good Morning America today, so the story has been getting a little bit more attention. And I'm certainly keeping an eye on it. We'll see what happens next as that progresses. Quick break. When we come back, we're going to do a grab bag segment to wrap up all the stuff that we haven't covered that has been teased either throughout the week or today. One of the stories that I wanted to get into is about this chopper. I'll explain when we come back, but a military chopper in South Carolina is in trouble for something it did. So we'll talk about that too, and we'll go over everything else that we need to wrap things up for the week. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Construction on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to 62A and 62B is causing that stop-and-go traffic in Champions Gate. Traffic's backed up all the way from County Road 557. There's a disabled truck causing some slowdowns northbound on Florida's Turnpike near US 192. Traffic's backed up from Clay Whaley. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa Hoagie Fest. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. And this year, it's a meal deal. Grab any shorty hoagie, any Hers chips, and a fountain drink for just $6.
Hello? Almost done with the week, baby. Stand by. What was the other one that I need to remove? Segment 1. Okay. Of AM. Okay, segment 1 of AM. Let me go over here. Right here. Okay, and we're going to do an 8 right here? Okay, sounds good. Don't say ever. Thank you, Substate John, for the 6 gifted subs. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Substate John said he was on Good Morning America? We gotta find that video, Substate John. Okay. Couple minutes, we're back. I gotta get some more water. Stand by. Thank you for the gifted subs. That's hugely appreciated. Thank you for all your support. And it's never too late. We can get some more people on board before the secret show drops today. 5 p.m. Lady's trying to get me to let her out. I refuse. I refuse. I can't let her out. Courtney's not here. If I let her in here right now and then I put her back into her room, it's going to be mean, right? I can't do that. 2 minutes. By the way, the World Cup has been very good for bars and restaurants. According to Bank of America, in the 11 host cities, retail activity has been way up. Brick and mortar spending at restaurants and bars has been up 5.3% in the host cities and 4% in the rest of the country. So more people are going to bars to watch the games. It's actually like lifting our economy on a small level, which is pretty cool. Just let her stay in the freaking studio? She can't stay in here. She'll be confused. I don't know what she would even do. She'd probably start scratching at the door. All right, we're coming back. The Power Hour rolls on. The Power Hour waits for no one. All right, here we go.
Against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
The game's more intense. The goals more meaningful.
This is what 2026 FIFA World Cup is all about.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026
live.
Magnificent Merino for Spain.
Hear the quarterfinals, semifinals, and final for free wherever you are.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and search
World Cup.
Just phenomenal.
The world is listening.
Are you?
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Radio.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Yes, at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. We'll get into some of your emails. We'll get into your dispatches. Those are your messages. You respond to the show about what we're talking about, what we're not talking about, and anything in between over on the News Junkie. Record a video or audio dispatch to join us on the show today. Are you guys familiar with Keith Hernandez?
The baseball player?
Yeah. I'm pretty surprised. Both of you, C-Lane and Josh, you both know Keith Hernandez?
Yeah, the Nan Dog.
I know him, I think, because I believe he was in Seinfeld one time, wasn't?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I know. I know Keith Hernandez.
Was that the
from
one
being in
where
Seinfeld.
they recreated the JFK shooting, but it was like a spit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it might have been.
My father-in-law's a big fan of that episode.
It's a good one, actually. Keith Hernandez, I have to tell you, he's a strange guy. And I know this is a weird thing to work into the show here, but we have so much viral news to get into, so much controversial stuff, wild ride that we'll get on as we continue here. But I just wanted to share this with somebody, so you guys have to go along with me. First clip I have for you, Keith Hernandez. He's announcing the Mets game. That's his gig. He's for the MLB, an announcer for the New York Mets. And it's because he used to play for the Mets, as far as I'm aware. And one thing that he did was, I've never heard this happen before, just blatant plugola in the middle of one of their broadcasts because they're so bored with the baseball game that they're talking over. And if you don't know what plugola is, well, in radio, we have some things we have to be careful about. Plugola, payola, these kind of things. Payola is when somebody is paying you to talk about their product. Plugola is when you're like trading plugs, like a spot, a commercial for either items or goods. Did I get that right? I take the test every year, but I forget half the time.
Plugola is like when you're plugging a business that you have like a stake in.
But you're not legally doing it. Like you have to be up front with the radio station. And if you're sneakily promoting stuff for money, it's a plugola thing.
You have to be forthcoming with your connection.
And I think payola is usually about music, like paying to get the music on the station. But there could be things where you're just openly kind of asking for people to give you free stuff, which are pretty close. And that's what happened, I think, here with Keith Hernandez. Let's listen.
I like this uniform top with the real deep blue.
You like it better than the powder blue?
I do, very much so. It's too faded for me.
See, I like the powder blues because it reminds me
of... very weird already. They're just talking about the jerseys. And like, you like the blue? Oh, I like the powder blue. You like the powder blue? Oh, yeah, I like that one. They're just talking about
George Brett and Frank White and those great Royals team.
It does, but I never cared for that uniform.
Did you like the Cardinal powder blue better?
I love the powder blues. I love wearing those. I do not have a powder blue jersey.
Someone, I'm sure, can get you a Cardinal powder.
All right, so he says, I don't have one of those powder blue jerseys. And then the other guys...
Blue jersey with number 37.
Real McCoy. That's why I mentioned it on the air here. I'm hoping that someone's listening in St. Louis. I do not have one. I have a white. I saved my white jersey, but I didn't get my road blues.
So, okay, it's of note that they're just blabbing about this during a baseball game, right? The baseball, no one is talking about the baseball game at all, right? The Barbecue Baby says, what a slow game. I guess so. But he's just openly asking. He's like, that's why I talked about it on the radio. I don't have a baby blue.
I was hoping somebody would hear
jersey.
this and send me one.
Anybody out there wants to send me a jersey.
I don't even know if I would call this plugola. This is just begging for free stuff.
He's just asking them to send something. In the middle of a game, right? Nobody's talking about the game. No, that's happening here. That's one small example. The other one that's gotten much more attention, 6 million views. Keith Hernandez starts talking about his kids and how his kids aren't having any grandchildren for him. And he just starts complaining about how, like, his lineage is coming to a dead end. Again, middle of the baseball game. They're supposed to be talking about the baseball game. Here he is. I'll play this for you.
I want to get back to the last half inning. You were talking about burning out the lines.
Yes.
I didn't think that we could leave that unattended.
Very convoluted. Jessie, my oldest, has 2 kids. She's my adopted daughter, so she's not in my line.
She's not my real daughter.
Why are we talking about this?
She's not in my line.
What is happening? This is a baseball game. Who's on first? Like, what's going on here? He's talking about his daughter has had children, so he has grandkids, but his daughter is not his actual child. So, first of all, he throws that out. Like, you're not my real kid.
So, my brother has 2 kids, and they're in their 40s, and they're not married. I don't think they're going to have kids. My 2 in their 40s, they're not going to have kids. I won't go into to one of them how that's not going to happen.
Why?
What does that even mean?
Drug addict.
Gay drug addict.
By the way, I just want to point out, It's the top of the 6th, and it's 9-9. So it's a pretty good game. Like, this is a pretty good game going on. And it's the New York Mets versus the Kansas City Royals.
I'm not going to go into Michael. He's a bit of a Mary.
I want to go. Are you guys completely bored of the game?
Yes.
What are you
Of course
doing
they are,
right
Sean.
here? What's happening right now?
So the line is burnt. It's burned down.
Just ended.
There was a pitch there.
I thought the guy who hit that was burnt.
No,
He's still talking about burnt. The line.
He's saying that the lineage is burned down. He's not going to have any more grandkids.
The line ends with my gay son.
Usually they'll at least do the to strike down the middle right there, and they'll go back to whatever nonsense.
My gay son.
They didn't even pretend they were interested in the game.
I've got two. Jesse's like my own, and they're Maggie and Charlie are my grandkids, and I love them very much.
But
there's ball 4.
There's ball 4.
Yeah, it finally goes back to the baseball game. What the hell?
There's no passing down. We're done. My brother and I are done. We're done.
That all of your collective athletic skills and your charisma
just going to waste.
Go see a therapist.
He's like, I look at my adopted daughter
Become a
and
sperm donor.
her children with such disdain.
Yeah, Tanya says this shows Sean doesn't watch baseball games. Tanya, is this literally a frequent occurrence that they talk about whether or not their grandkids are going to give, or if their children are going to have any more babies, or their lineage is done?
Maybe not about this. Maybe not about this specific topic, but the tangent in the baseball broadcast is huge. It's a very common thing.
It's so weird to me. They weren't even pretending to pay attention to the game there at all. He's just talking about how his kids are in their 40s. They're not going to have any grandkids for him. And then his whole lineage is burned down. All right. I guess that's the state of baseball in 2026. Maybe that's where we're at. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now.
You would think somebody would be in their ear going, hey, guys, talk about the baseball game. It's tied.
Yeah. Like a producer or something.
Even the guy that lost his job while apologizing on the air for accidentally being live when he said there's a bunch of F word for gays in Milwaukee or something like that.
Yeah.
Even that guy actively called the game while he was apologizing.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, my God. Can we find that? Do you remember what that guy's name was?
Yeah, I can find it. We got to take a break.
Okay. Oh, we do? All right. We'll come back with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap it up for the whole damn week. I didn't even get in the chopper story, so I'll do that too. We'll get it all worked in and wrap up the week. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI is great at math. We're great at bad decisions. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
The heat is on across Central Florida. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. Temperatures soar into the upper 90s for us across much of the area, and that is why we have heat advisories in play because of the humidity. Those feels like temps can get up close to 108 degrees. Be sure you're drinking plenty of water, not overdoing it outdoors. Might see a spotty shower or storm, but with this ridge of high pressure, rain chances have come down. Through the overnight, we'll fall back into the middle to upper 70s under a few.
All right, folks, time to wrap it up. Time to get out of here. Hopefully you're still with me out there. We have a weekend to regroup. We'll be back on Monday. Big, fat Monday show. Big, fat Monday show. Lady Dog, you're out. Come on.
They got locations across Central Florida. Total man care, haircut, beard trim with a hot towel and a drink in your hand. It is first class. I told my mom they would go far. And you can go to
I got the microphone on. You want to share that story? Just so you guys know, Courtney's dad came over. It was for his birthday, right? Father's Day. Courtney's dad came over for Father's Day. And we had like a cookout, and Courtney made like a whole meal for her dad. And then when they left, her dad just assumed that there was like a birthday card for him. And he said, "Oh, I left my birthday card behind. Can you give that?" What'd he say? I left my Father's Day card behind. Can you give that to your mom so I can have it? And Courtney hadn't got him a card. And then she was going to go get a card because he thought that she got him a card. And then now she had to tell her mom that she never got him a card to begin with. And she just said it because it was like an awkward moment.
Well, his birthday was a month before, and I put everything into that card.
You made it a perfect card for his birthday.
He cried at the dinner table.
But he wanted another one for Father's Day.
Day.
Yeah, he wants you to keep making him cry with nice messages. So she had to inform him that there was no actual card for Father's Day. Pick a chatter of the day? I will pick a chatter of the day. I am going to pick the next person who posts onto the studio screen. The chatter of the day is Sport Johnson. Sport Johnson, congratulations. He says 10 out of 10 CNN reporters getting bombed. 10 out of 10, Tulane was killing it today. 9 cut ties out of 10. 20 out of 10. Don't be a bitch, pick a chatter of the day. 9.99 out of 10, and I did. And I did. Anybody got a Kia Telluride? Kia Telluride? They have issued a park outside recall on 460,000 Kia Tellurides from 2020 to 2024. A stuck power seat slide knob can catch on fire. What else? Okay. I want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for all of the gifted subscriptions and people who are signing up this week. Thank you all for taking a moment each day on the YouTube stream and hitting that like button. If you haven't done it, do it right now. It is a big help. It does help lift the channel up, especially during softer parts of the year, like this portion of the summer. So you can help us buoy the show up, and all you have to do is hit that like button on the stream. Did you do it? Did you do it? I'm watching you. Now's the time. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll see you over on TNJ Chat. Everybody have a great weekend. See you next week. Stay gold.
Keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
A thriller in the extreme. iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every remaining match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
All the way up to the final, July 19th. The games are live
and for free. Just download the iHeartRadio app now.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Radio. 104.1.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being with us. It's so good to have you on board. I wanted to take a moment. I did this a little bit on the stream. Just to say thank you to everybody for listening to the show. If you give us even just a segment or an hour or, all of these segments, 4 hours every single day, 5 days a week, and then even some of you over on Secret Shows, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for giving us your attention and your ear and your eyes and all of that. I want you to know we continue to try to put together a great show every single day, and you supporting through Secret Show subscriptions or just subscribing yourself is such an awesome way to show us that you're out there and that you like what you're hearing. So thank you for that. As always, you can continue to submit dispatches throughout the weekend. We usually try to get to the best of those on Monday. A lot of different emails coming in. Let's see what you got for us on the way out. Here's somebody saying, Keith Hernandez. Here's another classic Keith moment. Let's see. He is a strange gentleman. This is it.
SNY. That is a $25 hot dog, folks.
Do you need a knife and fork to eat it?
My goodness.
How much meat is in a $25 hot dog? I mean, a few pounds, right?
I guess this is just what they do on during these games.
Yes. It gets bored.
I wasn't talking about the hot dog.
There was an attractive woman eating the hot dog, I guess, is what he was talking about there. A lot of people emailed about Keith Hernandez.
That apology that we talked about from Tom Brenneman, has its own Wikipedia page.
Does it
and
really? The one where he apologized in the middle of the play-by-play?
Well, did a play-by-play in the middle of the apology.
Yeah.
The Wikipedia page is called A Drive into Deep Left Field by Castellanos. And it's all about the thing, and it has the full text of the apology. 3-0 ball game with the Reds in front of the Royals as we go off the top half of the inning. Castellanos lead things off. Then he starts the apology. Jim Day's going to take over the rest of this. I made a comment earlier, and then he says, I say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it'll be a home run, and that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds, yada, yada, yada.
Bro. I guess people use it on the internet as a copy pasta.
Yes, yeah. That's the page.
That's pretty funny.
Hilarious.
So somebody will just put it in a random comment thread, and they'll be like, 3-0 ball game with the Reds in the front of the Royals at the top of the fifth inning. His apology for saying on a hot mic the F word for gays, and then having to apologize. Does he still work, or is he?
I don't know. He has a Wikipedia page too, but I don't know if he's later broadcasting work. He was a play-by-play announcer for the Roberto Clemente League in Puerto Rico for 2020 to 2021 season. So he's maybe doing some smaller stuff.
So he says the offensive thing. He loses his job. He finally gets a job back on the CW. On July 21st, 2024, Brenneman announced that he would return to broadcasting as a lead commentator for CW Football Saturday. On that same day, Castellanos hit a home run, leading to the commentator of the game repeating the famous phrase. Oh, that's great, man. Ain't that something?
I like good trolling like that. Like when what's his name? The guy that's hosting Jeopardy right now.
Ken
Jennings, when he started hosting, I don't even know if they had named him full-on host yet, but one of the people who knew they were losing the game for their final Jeopardy response, they put the response that took Ken Jennings out of his run like years and years and years ago.
Oh, did they really?
They put FedEx. And he was just like, oh, man, got him.
Just to get a dig in at him?
Yes.
My God.
Hilarious.
There is something else I wanted to mention because a lot of people are talking about it. Meta has released a new AI tool, and people don't like it. It says Meta has enabled a setting that allows anybody to use your public Instagram photos to create AI-generated images of you.
Ooh.
Unless you opt out. To opt out, you hit your profile, go into profile, hit the 3 bars to the top right, and scroll down in the settings to sharing and reuse. And in sharing and reuse, apparently there's a part that says, allow people to reuse your content on Instagram and Facebook with AI features at Meta. So there's a setting for letting everybody else use your Instagram photos to make like AI generations of them. And you have to shut that off if you don't want them to use it. A lot of people have been reacting to this. They don't seem to be happy with the feature.
Damn it, Josh is already turning it off.
Yeah, we're so
Son
close.
of a bitch.
Speaking of AI, I did like this. Somebody caught Marie Claire, the magazine that somehow is still around, I guess. They did a story on the Odyssey, the movie. And it says, what the Odyssey is about, Penelope just can't make up her mind between 2 guys. And I'm just trying to like help her make a decision. It's like, it's fine. He's dead. Get over it, the actor joked. And then the article continues, this version feels a little tighter and more magazine style. And embracing his villain era lands more naturally than
no.
They left the AI.
Nice
they left
work.
The AI recommendation in the article.
Oof.
And got busted doing it. So there you go. Okay. That's going to have to do it for today and the week. Do we have time for, I mentioned this. Let me work it in. This particular chopper flyover has led to these folks getting in trouble. They flew right over the beach. Pretty low.
That was very low.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen it that
was
low.
Buzz the Tower low.
Yeah. They might be like 100 feet off the ground over the beach. God, that guy right there is just cruising. And there was somebody saying that the investigation was underway for the Apache pilots who flew over this South Carolina beach. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, has said that he's going to fix the suspensions imposed on the 8 crew members who flew over the beach. That'll do it. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, July 10th, 2026. Thank you, Josh. Great
You're
job,
welcome.
as always.
Oh,
have a great weekend. Celine, you have a great weekend as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because I didn't. Oh, great job. Great job.
Thank
Celine.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Sean.
He didn't make the pick a side song yet.
Yeah. When I get the pick a side song,
What are you, a rat?
then
What are you, a rat
he's
bastard?
got a point. He has a point, okay?
We're picking a side.
Today I learned this movie series right here. Star Wars is correct. George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, wanted the Muppets maestro Jim Henson to originally voice the role of Yoda in the Star Wars series, which would have sounded very different, I imagine, right? Jim Henson doing the Yoda.
There is no try.
Would have been a little more like that, probably. Today I learned petting a dog for 15 minutes can lower your blood pressure by 10%. I want to put that information on them. You don't have to, Celine, but just any extended period of time of petting your dog. How about you pet Lexi a little bit and get that blood pressure down? The BP
I do.
will
I
drop.
pet Lexi all the time.
It'll drop a little bit. 10% down sounds good. Recent
Why don't you
research.
pet Lady some more?
I will.
Instead of shoving her in that little closet.
Don't say that. I was already telling the stream people, I was like, I'm wearing a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel shirt, and I forgot one time and walked her around the neighborhood.
Oh,
and I said,
what a loser.
Walking a dog with the dog breed shirt on is so lame. Like,
Guy
it's
wore
just,
the band shirt to the concert.
Yeah. Today I learned this band.
Van Halen.
There they are. Van Halen, not Van Hagar. David Lee Roth, frontman of Van Halen in the early 80s, used to pay his road crew $100 for every woman they would bring him backstage. He started the band in 1972, and he really just wanted to meet the ladies. Sounds a little trafficky. Sounds a little trafficky. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place. Listen to the show. Get the podcast in the